Hello.
I'm running up. Oh, hi.
Hi, everybody. Welcome to a session where Eagle has already formally informed me that he's going to try and make me break at every opportunity, and I am not good at not laughing, so I look forward to that. Hello, my name is Rez, and now I'm going to introduce everyone here. Zeb, if you would like to introduce yourself and your character. We're being a bit speedy today because we have a lot to get through.
Lovely, that's why you started with me? Bad idea. Anyway, I'm Agent Zeb. I play May Wintersprite, who is Astral Monk, and kinda looking for guidance, so give it to me.
You have so much guidance. You got so much guidance off the Moon Goddess last session. Become a werewolf, that's the guide. Lan, you're up next.
Hello, my name is Lan, and I'm back now because I've been very ill over the last week, but I'm feeling better now. So I believe I'm unconscious and drunk, so I can't wait what'll happen this session.
No, you're sober now. You're just really hungover, and you've got that scroll of ascending. You may want to wait until you're no longer hungover.
Yeah.
I'll explain what happened after we've done the introductions. Next up, please, could we have, without any laughing whatsoever, the onion soup, please?
Aha! I'm Sebastian, the onion soup. One or the other.
And today, Wallace is coming out, you know, because that's who I am, because I've taken on a new identity. But yeah, that's me.
Those of you who somehow have forgotten since the last episode came out, Onion's character Sebastian is a changeling. Next up, we have an extremely energetic, completely pumped, he's drank so much coffee. We have the Paddy Max. Come on, give it all.
Hi guys, my name is Paddy Max. I'm very tired today, so hopefully we can get into character. I play Clover Thittlefoot, and I'm a Harengan Ranger.
I mean, you nailed the voice like straight away. You've got this. Okay, next up we have Smitty Jane.
Hello, I am Smitty, or Jane, or anything in between, and I play Aurora, the little fairy, who's now also a warlock, and a bard, and is the group's therapist.
I'm sorry, the entire time you were talking, when you said anything in between, I was just like, I'm going to call you Teja from now on.
The exact same thing.
Next up, without even cracking a smile, we're gonna go to Tim first. Actually, I'm gonna make you wait. Next up, we have the wonderful Tim.
Thank you. I'm Tim, and I'll be playing Finton, your cleric who is about to heal some people and try not to die.
Yeah, you're so gonna die. And finally, we have the Eagle Outlaw.
Hi. I play Grendo. I'm not gonna do the voice yet. I'm laughing too much to do the voice right now. But I play a barbarian. Yeah. Centaur. Yeah. No, wait,
What?
not a centaur. Wait, yes.
Yeah, you are a centaur.
Why were you just sat there like, hi?
Hey, I'm Eagle, man. I'm Eagle. I'm playing
How
Feywild the
you
centaur.
doing? Come down to buy some tires while you're out.
I'm the Michelin man.
I got the deals.
None of these jokes make any sense because they all happened before the session started. And I'm Rez. Hi, I'm the DM. Yeah. We were meant to have a 2-week break between this session and everything kind of changed last minute. But we're going to do great and we're going to get so much done this session. And then next week, we're going to wrap up this story. It's been emotional. Most of the emotional parts have been laughed through, but it has been emotional. So, let's recap session 8. I can see him already. The session started in the office of the Oakleaf Guest House, a sad moment where somebody had literally just died, where the party quickly came up with a plan to dispose of Draxus's body. Clover and Finton wrapped the body up in linen to disguise it and put the unconscious Candelaria, who had just drunkenly fallen and bumped her head, into a safe spot in one of the bedchambers. May and Aurora flew out the window, trying to be discreet, to find a safe way down and to a nearby cart to use as transport, while Sebastian took a moment to himself. However, May and Aurora were immediately caught by the guard when May tripped, fell off a roof, and hurt her wing in the process, even though she can fly. Aurora flew down, and the two hid in the wagon while the guards looked for them. Grendel saw this from a distance and came running to their aid, causing a distraction with his Owlin hostage. Sebastian heard this and guised himself as Juliessen to buy the team some time. Eventually, they all managed to come back together, but not before uncovering that Samantha O'Shale and the Oakleafs worked quite closely together. Or at least Julessi and Oakleaf worked quite closely together. The party eventually placed Draxus's body within the wagon and headed towards the Temple District with the intent to head into the Undercity, into the Temple of Bashaba, the goddess of misfortune. Grendel and Clover accompanied Sebastian inside, while Aurora, May, and Finton headed to the nearest tavern to procure rooms for the party. While in the temple, the group learnt lots about Bashaba, and Sebastian almost began to break down in front of them, but pulled himself together and said his farewells to his foster father, who he now knew was at peace with his mother. The priestess told the group some of them were keeping things from one another, and also that one day they hoped for Sebastian to return to the temple. Eventually they left the Temple District and headed back to Candelaria, who was still asleep at the Oakleaf guest house. After hours of travelling, they finally arrived with the others at the tavern, the Drab Moon, and all took some much-needed rest. In the morning, Aurora went to the library to find out more about the tier they were in search of. However, along the way, she bumped into Samantha O'Shale and threw her coffee at her by accident. Whilst Aurora was at the library, she struggled to find out too much key information about the tier, but did come to the conclusion that it must be of divine origin. May and Finton gathered their things and headed to the Temple District to find out more about Saloon and Soon, the goddesses who helped with May's restoration. While there, they were greeted by priestesses of both gods and subsequently blessed. The party eventually regrouped at the Drab Moon to discuss plans before heading off some off-screen shopping. And here we regrouped 2 hours later in the early afternoon in the outskirts of the Market District. Will the party be able to find Julesian? What will happen to the tier of Crescentia? And what is in Clover's package? We'll find out some of this today and more in this week's Natural Havoc of Feywild Fable. So, here we are. We're in a rather busy afternoon outside the Market District in Rhine Nori, the capital city of the Court of the Unseelie Fae. That's seriously, I just said we're outside a Market District. What's the plan, everyone? You've all bought your gear, you've spent your money. Some of the party has spent more than others, with one member of the party spending over half of the group's gold supplies. However, you have all of your gear. What is the plan with your fancy new cloak, May? Or not, that's also fine. Sebastian, what's the plan? Or Wallace, I should say.
Thank you for getting my name right for starters. So, just to set the scene straight here, we're all together. We're outside.
You are all together. You're outside the Market District.
The market.
You're on like the outskirts of the Market District, yeah.
Fair.
What are you on about, Wallace?
I'm just speaking to the air around me. But,
It's me, the air.
Who said that? Look, we need to think of our next plan of action. We want to get this, tier, right?
The tier of Crescentia, says the air.
It's a bit weird.
What was that now?
Yeah, I think that's the gods and fate itself trying to lend us a hand in what we're about to do. But, yeah, look, we need to keep a bit stum about this, because obviously Julesian knows of such a thing. If he knows, from what we've gathered, with Grendel's help and the guards almost admitting to it, he works quite closely with the O'Shales, so we probably, maybe, need to pay him a visit.
Oh, as far as I can recall, the plan is to go to the warehouse. Correct.
Yes, because we believe there were some supplies, an inventory list from a warehouse in such a place, but we don't know where this warehouse is. Do we have an address for it or anything like that? I don't think we do we?
You don't currently have an address to hand. You do know that it is an address that is labeled to the O'Shales.
Yeah.
It was Samantha O'Shale who was holding the what looked like an inventory list to Aurora when she tripped and spilled some coffee over her last session. Aside from that, I believe some of the party wished to head to Dusk's Desire. One member of the party, it's the afternoon now, so this kind of afternoon or evening, will want to head to meet Zolamar. Another member of the party will like to go to the monastery. And another member of the party has a package to deliver.
Look, the way I see it, right, is we have a definitive location of where Samantha O'Shale has procured a building, which means whoever's there might know a little bit more about her and said warehouse.
Roll me a pretty straightforward history check, please, Sebastian. Or Wallace.
Thank you. Big old fat history. Come in. Oh, I get a +1.
Ooh.
For a 2.
That warehouse might have the Tear of Crescentia in it. You know that the O'Shales procure their whole company is around their whole company.
I rolled
is around...
a history check for it's in their warehouse.
You rolled a natural 1, which to the people who can't see, all the people at home, he rolled a natural 1. So you think potentially in that warehouse could be the Tear of Crescentia. After all, they grab power crystals and that's what their whole company's
I'm fully aware. Guys, just so that you know, this is definitive in the history of Ryan and Ori that the Tear of Crescentia is most likely in one of the warehouses of the O'Shales. Because why wouldn't it?
I'm pretty sure you said that wrong.
Why?
You think it could be. That's what you think.
No, it is.
It is, okay.
Well, but aren't we supposed to find the Tear? Are you
Exactly.
sure someone already found?
We go to Dusk's Desire, we shake down a few people without hurting anyone that formerly worked there, maybe just new employees, because fuck them. And then what we want to do is shake them down for that bit of information of where these warehouses are.
Well, I'm very sure that you are very good at that, knowing you, but are you sure that's the right approach?
I have an idea, if I can. So, 2 things. I think the way maybe you could go about it is maybe you know someone at the O'Shales trust that you can take the identity from, and we fake a stock list, and you say you're there to take stock. And you start at the Dusk Desire, and then they say, well, you're not at the right place. And you go, well, where's the right one? This is the first one on my list. Point me to the next one. And what I wanted to add is I went to the library earlier, and I didn't find anything out about the Tear in the Fey artifacts, but therefore, and maybe you can help with this, Finton, maybe it's a religious thing, and maybe the temple people, they know what it looks like. And maybe we can use locate object if they can draw it up for us, if they know what it looks like.
Yeah, that might be a good thing, actually.
Finton, roll me a religion check, could you?
Oh yeah, I can. Yeah,
You're
no
really
problem.
good at religion checks.
Does he also think the Tears in the warehouse?
Yeah.
Marcia, Bordick, help him!
Yeah, it's
Shit.
it's a 3. Yeah, and I don't even have a +1. So
It's in that warehouse,
it's
isn't
in
it?
the warehouse.
I have a cleric with a flat religion check. A cleric with a flat
Well,
religion
Finton.
check. The first time ever in a game of D&D.
It's not true.
Finton, you
Finton?
this tier of Crescentia being divine, you're like, could be, but yeah, no, I've got no idea. No.
Yeah, it's definitely fine.
If I may speak on behalf of our group here, our lovely group, I really. Stop laughing at me. I really think this tier wouldn't be stuffed in some warehouse. It's a very important item, and I really don't think it would be stuck in some stupid warehouse, Wallace. If Sebastian was here right now, he'd be smarter than this. You're stupid as fuck. Damn.
Are
Well-
you fucking insane?
Well,
Yeah,
about
this- We need to get inside the O'Shale place, wherever the fuck that place is.
Yeah,
There.
the warehouse.
I'm going to ask 2 questions. One, does anyone have proficiency in religion?
Yeah, but -1.
No.
No.
No one has
that's
proficiency in religion?
But I
Cool.
can give bardic inspiration.
I have
No.
a +1.
No,
Can
I
I-
wanted proficiency because that was the way I was going to ask this. The second thing I'm going to
I have
ask
passive
is, does
investigation.
anyone have proficiency in history?
Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
Do you want to roll me a? Does
No.
anyone with a proficiency in history want to, and who's been to the prime?
So
Actually, no.
useless.
This will be fine. Anyone with a proficiency in history, roll a history check for me.
Oh, you need some help with that. Whatever it is you're about to do, you look like you're concentrating. I was trying to give bardic inspiration.
Oh, I thought you were rolling
I'll
a
let
roll.
you do it. I'll let
No,
you do it.
Wait,
It is a
bardic
9.
inspiration to thoughts?
But bear in mind, I'm really hungover.
Her brain.
My mind
Is that
doesn't
not a
work.
I didn't know what you were doing for a second there.
thing?
Remember,
Remember me.
Remember me.
whilst this is all going on and the group's having a conversation, can I just confirm we're outside the market?
Yeah, you're outside the market district, so like, there's
Okay.
you're not directly outside the market. You're like a few streets over from the shops. You're not outside the bazaar itself, kind of thing.
Is there any
Um,
shopkeepers nearby?
Or
Like,
there's not like outside stalls in this particular area. You kind of came here
Okay.
to talk rather than be listened into.
so there's
um,
no one I can talk to in the vicinity that
I mean,
looks
there's
like
people
a
ar-
business
there-
owner, for example.
There's no one standing outside, but there are
Okay.
definitely businesses around.
Okay.
You could go into one of the businesses if you wanted to.
I would
um,
like to, whilst this is all going on.
Fantastic. We will do that. Do you want to go away unnoticed, or?
No, I'd probably say something. Maybe nudge Sebastian and just point at jump in
Okay.
there just a minute.
Everyone sees that, so if anyone wants to react to that, you can.
Well-
and basically, is anyone going with him?
May was essentially also trying to be kind of like, this conversation is not really going anywhere, she feels, and she has something else on her mind, so she's kind of trying to concentrate on her mentor to find the monastery.
Do you want to ask your mentor where the monastery is?
Well, maybe he knows about the Tier of Crescentia, but mainly I want to go to the monastery, and
That's why I
maybe-
said, do you want to ask your mentor where the monastery is?
Yeah.
Have you tried asking your mentor, who can hear your thoughts and is often in
Oh.
your head, where the monastery is?
I totally forgot about that. Fuck.
Yeah, your mentor who quite often speaks to you in your head.
She will think then, Master.
Yes.
I'm sorry, I'm only asking now, but
I was wondering when you would ask where the monastery it lays.
yeah, it's like you read my mind. Where can I find the monastery?
Look at each. Actually, let me just find a note on this one sec. There's a specific note for this one. Look above each of the buildings. Above some of them, you will see a 5-pointed star. One of the points will be larger than the others. Follow the direction of the larger point. If you keep following the stars, you will find your way to the monastery.
Okay. So I guess May will say that she's going with yeah. I think I'm gonna head with Clover. And then she also says to Clover, Clover, do you mind to go alone? I'm actually trying to also go somewhere quickly.
Oh, yeah, no worries. You can go that way. I'll go this way. Okay.
Sure. And I start looking for 5-pointed stars.
Cool. Usually you'd have to make a roll for this, but you have got a passive ability that allows you to find your way through cities quite easily. You will automatically be able to follow these, but it will take a while to get there. So we'll circle back around to you when these guys move on to the next scene.
Do I see May blatantly lie to us and just walk off?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, that's
Like,
fine.
none of them tried to sneak off.
You know, the woman that died literally like a day ago. Okay.
Yeah, like she literally goes, oh, I'm gonna go into the shop with Clover, and then she like whispers in Clover's ear and just doesn't walk into the shop with him. That's basically what happens, which, yeah, okay. So, I believe that Aurora was also going to make a history check. She has proficiency in history.
If I may.
You can. And you gave Bardic Inspiration. Oh, wow,
Yeah,
you guys are
but
good.
I did try and
That's-
give Bardic Inspiration.
I'm
so
going to say
that's a
you did
D8.
give the Bardic Inspiration, so if Candelaria
Yeah.
would like to add a D8. They both rolled a 9. So far, the rolls for this session have been a natural 1, a 3, an 8 plus 1, and a 9. So the party is saving all of their rolls for combat.
Am I still
Big
allowed
brain
to?
strats.
So do you want to roll that D8 then, Candelaria,
Sure.
for the Bardic Inspiration?
Yeah.
Am I still allowed to give someone guidance?
Can you give... It's fine. It passes anyway because it was a really easy test. It was a DC 10. You rolled a 2. That gives you an 11 in total. You didn't really make too much sense of it at the time. You didn't really understand this name, O'Shale. But through your kind of haze of the hangover, a couple of things are coming back to you now that this name's been mentioned a few times. You remember your master Glayrune multiple times had made orders with the O'Shales. Because the O'Shales are the most prominent company owners in all of the planes of existence of power crystals. Magically imbued crystals that can power arcane machinery, or they can boost certain kind of long-term spells, things along those lines. You think if there is a warehouse for the O'Shales in the city, and there was a big lot of inventory, it's a good chance that it's just a warehouse to keep their power crystals in. So you could probably ask around it's probably public information as to where the warehouse is.
Well, I'm got a really, really, really bad headache. But if I remember one thing from all the stories that Glayrune used to tell me, that means that then there are probably a lot of crystals and all that stuff in a warehouse. For actually, you know what? I actually agree with Wallace or Sebastian or whatever his name is. I don't even. We could ask around, find a warehouse. I mean, the whole O'Shale family, they are very, they deal in a lot of crystals and stuff. So finding a tier there isn't that far-fetched.
You guys understand this is like a very famous item. Why the fuck would they put it in a warehouse of all places?
Hidden in plain sight. Hidden in plain
Exactly.
sight.
Grendel, you're just a cleaner. You find things that are hard to find, right? Whereas myself, and clearly Candelaria here, we're purveyors of antiquities, collectors of uniques. We're able to find things that are in plain sight.
I wish
Things
Sebastian
that
was
are-
here. Sebastian would know what the fuck to do, and this Wallace guy's a fucking idiot.
So, you guys have kind of had your discussion about where's what, etc. What directions is everyone going in? Is the party splitting, or are you heading a certain way?
What time is it?
It's probably around 2 p.m.
Before we do, May has just lied to all of us. I watched her say that she was going to go with Clover into the shop. Then I watched Clover go into the shop on his own, and May just walk down the street.
Oh, let me see if I can undo the spell. Maybe she dies again. One sec.
Huh?
No, sorry
Wait,
guys. I
Is that how
can't.
it works?
No. Unfortunately, that bitch.
Whoa.
Oh, hey! She might just don't want to tell you guys what she's going to do. She doesn't
So-
have to.
So basically, you save a girl, and then she keeps secrets. Wonderful.
Well, maybe she has to go buy some tampons.
You know, I remember
What?
a very good person
Exactly.
told me yesterday. Very creepy lady, by the way. She told us there was people in this group that was keeping secrets.
Can you take 5 points of psychic damage, please, Finton?
Yes.
Your sword, having grown in power and having now felt you stray from the path as you're more connected to it, it's like a burning sensation slashes across your mind.
Why would
As you feel the divine retribution of your god for acting
I
in
should
such a
not have
hateful
said that.
way.
Ow.
I just
Exactly.
want to know who's keeping fucking secrets in this group.
Are you?
Oh, no, I don't have enough secrets. I'm not even smart enough to keep secrets.
Inside.
Yeah, roll
Right.
insight.
Yeah.
Hey, 23.
Of course, you roll a 23 on this.
I'll roll.
Um,
I'll roll insight if I can.
No one has ever been more truthful in this moment than Grendel, he who cannot keep secrets. Onion, you think that Grendel's being?
Don't worry about-
Wallace, you
Do you
think
know- do you know
Grendel's
what?
being pretty legit?
Don't worry about me. I just want to get the bad rolls out of the way now.
Okay. Well, you rolled a 12, and Grendel believes that you believe that Grendel is telling the truth.
Listen, guys, I am the most trustful person in this party. So when I say I am not holding secrets, I'm not holding secrets. But one of you motherfuckers is.
Bobby's the one who just left.
That's only one of them. I think there's multiple of you fuckers in here. I don't trust any of y'all anymore.
Wait, just mind the language, okay?
My bad. I'm sorry.
But you might have a point. Like, we have secrets. I
Look.
don't.
At the end of the day, it don't fucking matter what secrets we got, right? The problem we have is combating this task ahead of us. The Dream Strider, if we fail, will make sure that we're not alive to have any more secrets, even if we wanted to.
Well, I'm friends with Lord Dennis, though. Doesn't matter to me.
Sure
Yeah.
it doesn't.
We're besties.
Well, you can go back to him and tell him when we've failed then.
Yeah, I'll be on my behalf. Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought this was like a fun adventure, not one where we fail, we die.
Well, I think one of us already died, so...
Yeah.
Yeah, but I mean, upon return to the Dream Starter that most of us work for?
Right, but you understand that this is like a pretty serious task. And when I say die, I don't necessarily mean, head chopped off, left in the middle of the road. I mean careers over, like your job. Therapist, no more.
I'm
No, I
so
might
worried. I'm
go.
cleaner, so it doesn't fucking matter to me. Anywho, listen, guys, at the end of the day, this is what we need to do. Okay? Sebastian's not here anymore, which means I have to take over as the intelligence of this group. Without Sebastian here, here's what we
I'm
need to
going
do.
for a walk.
We need to find a way into
Okay,
the
cool.
O'Shell Manor.
I'll come in
Okay,
with.
I'm gonna move over to what Clover's doing. Could I just have from each member of this party that's here, you give it to me out of character if you want. Where are you going now? Candelaria, where are you going?
I'm following Wallace.
You can
Cool.
call me Sebastian because that is who I am, but I'm just
Where-
in the guise.
I was
Where
like,
is-
what?
Where
Where's
is
Wallace?
Miss Sebastian going? Where's Wallace? Yes, where's Wallace going?
I'm going to outside the shop of where Clover is, so that I can pick Clover up, so we can go to Dusk's Desire. That's the
Cool.
plan.
Great. Finton, are you going with Sebastian Wallace?
Sebastian, yeah.
Aurora, are you going with Sebastian Wallace? I hate
Yes,
to
for
ask
now.
this. I hate to ask this, but Grendel, where are you going?
I just like to think Grendel's just standing in the middle of the road. You know, he's looking up, you know, making a speech, and he looks down, see everyone's walked away, and he's just standing there awkwardly. Like he's just standing there.
Cool. When Grendel decides to do something, you let me know. So, Clover, you've gone into this shop. A shop that is specifically called... we're on this inside which shop it is. A shop called Feigning Interest, a magic item shop. In fact, it was the last shop that you went into where May parted with 3,500 gold pieces of the party's funds to buy cloak. The halfling woman that you'd met before with scruffy hair and a pointy wizard's hat and red robes that she had introduced herself as Sylvantra Coxburn comes up to you again and says, "Oh, you're back. Hi. Oh,
Oh, hello there. Sorry to interrupt you.
it's no interruption at all, dearie.
Oh, it's a bit embarrassing, you see. I'm actually new in town.
Oh, that's not embarrassing at all.
No, it is. You see, I'm actually incredibly late. I was sent here to pick up some things on my way to where I'm going. I'm actually the new estate manager, for someone you may know.
And I'd like to sort of try and watch her face as I say this.
Okay.
You may know of, Samantha? O'Shea?
Oh, Samantha O'Shea. I don't know her. Her face doesn't seem to change too much. But she goes, no, but I can. I mean, are you meeting her at a place of work or a place of residence, or?
It's really embarrassing. I'm so late. I don't know where she would be right now. But I imagine it would be a place of work / residence, because I'm actually her new estate manager. So
Well,
yeah,
it sounds like you're late for a very important date. And she basically she takes out a map and she kind of points in the general direction of where the O'Shale kind of estate is in the city, and it's within probably 15-20 minutes walk of where the Oakleaf guest house you were staying in is.
oh, okay, that's perfect. Just what I was after.
To the best of my knowledge, their estate here isn't their kind of permanent place of residence. But I imagine you know that. I think they generally stay back through not in the Feywild, but through the other side.
Oh yeah, that's why I can't find it. You see, I don't know exactly where that is. Would you happen to know?
Where they regularly stay in the prime material? No, I don't know. That
Aw,
would
shucks.
be no. That would be you'd have to find a portal first and get out the Feywild, and it would be quite a trip.
Yeah, I guess the best place for me to start would probably be the estate then. But,
Probably the estate, yeah. That would probably be it.
thank you so much.
No worries at all, my little sugar muffin. Is there anything else you'd like to buy?
No, that's everything. Thank you very much.
You sure you don't want to? I mean, your friend was very eager to part with some coin earlier. You look like you could do with something.
Oh, I wish I had any gold left, but unfortunately, all I have is some
How much you
trinkets,
got?
and they're worth nothing.
Let's see your trinkets.
and I just pull out like a spoon, the pewter spoon, and the shiny glass from Julesian's house, and then 20 gold pieces.
Okay,
This is
dearie.
all I got.
This job will get you some money eventually. And she like scratches, she like taps your arm, and says, "Maybe your rich friend can help you. The fairy, the pixie lady."
Oh, yeah. I don't know. I just gotta get to work. But
Okay,
thank you
have
so
fun.
much. Really gotta run.
And then I'd like leave out the door with a rough idea of which direction the actual estate for the O'Shales is.
Yes. So we have a very a bunny rabbit who is late for an important day. I love it. Right. Let's go take a look at. You guys are heading to Dusk's Desire, yes? Are you getting dragged along as well, Clover?
Sorry? Yes,
Y-
I am.
you-
I'm with them. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, I was
okay.
waiting for Clover. So yeah.
Let's do Dusk's Desire first. It's going to take a little bit of time for you to find the monastery compared to we've got someone who knows exactly, Sebastian, who grew up at Dusk's Desire and knows exactly where it is. So you make your way to one of the seedier parts of the city, back in a kind of more closer in the direction to where the Dramoon was. You reach the Dusk's Desire, and Sebastian or Wallace, one thing hits you immediately. It's very quiet now. Even for this time of day. It's very, very quiet. The building looks mostly the same as what it has previously, except you notice that the windows have all been blacked out.
I'd like to pull the hood up at this stage.
Well, home sweet home.
Do you turn back to Sebastian?
No, but the voice goes into Sebastian's voice for that moment, and
Okay.
then
I guess we'll go in then, shall we?
You reach the door, and the first thing you notice is a sign posted on the front. Closed under new ownership, closed until further notice.
Perfect.
is the street pretty empty?
There's some people about, but you know where there is where a key used to be left anyway.
I don't need the key. It's all good. I immediately begin to pick the lock.
Okay, go ahead, pick the lock.
I will use my thieves' tools. So that uses my dex. 19.
A 19. You pick the lock. It's almost like anyone who was paying attention to it didn't notice that he touched it, but suddenly now the door creaks open.
And I very gently just push it open, just because I'm conscious of maybe a wire put behind it to make sure that if anyone's passed through, and I just push it ever so gently just to see if there's any form of resistance behind it.
Would you like to roll me a check for traps?
Is that an investigation?
Yeah, let's call it investigation.
Okay, I'm
But
not
do you
great
have
at these.
proficiency with investigation?
I don't. I have it in perception. I don't know if
Roll
that...
perception then. Roll perception.
Yeah? Okay. 25.
25. You feel that there are no traps in it.
Yeah, and then I push it open and walk in.
Come on in, get off the street before people start talking, you know.
The
Let's make
place
ourselves at home.
has been ripped apart. There is wall panels have all been taken off. Drawers are all over the floor. Instantly, you can tell that it looks like someone was looking for something.
Interesting. Why would they be looking for someone here? what's here. Unless they thought, no.
What? Is there anything you can think about?
There's nothing shiny.
Why would the O'Shales buy a place to rip it to shreds? You know? Seems a little stupid. And the O'Shales ain't fucking stupid.
And it's not like this place is competition to the Thulu place, right? It's far enough away.
And it's in the lower district, so it's places that the higher society sort of folk don't tend to come to unless they don't want to be seen.
They must have thought something was hidden here.
There's a rumour,
Hmm.
or there's truth that something was or is still here.
You want to roll me a perception check, please, Sebastian?
Sure. God damn it. I rolled a 3.
12.
So 12.
You rolled 3, but you got 12. You down the kind of first main hall, you just see what looks like surely like one of the staff that you used to know poke their head round the corner, and then their head disappears. Like they looks like they moved back off.
Anyone else see that?
See what?
See what?
What?
None of the rest of you have seen anything.
I think there's someone here.
Oh no.
Pull out my helmet.
Yeah, let's just
I pull out my dagger of denial,
Mhm.
shut the door behind me, place it in, twist,
Yeah,
pull the blade out,
the door is now locked.
right.
and then with a flick of the wrist, you see some like hex-like patterns on the blade that have recently been carved in light up, and a green flame ignites on the blade.
Let's have a look.
And I start walking in with the dagger out front.
Fantastic. Okay. Sebastian, make me another perception check, please. As you start walking down the hall,
Hey, everyone.
no lights are on. The windows have been kind of blacked out. Only at current, the green light emanating from your weapon of choice is lighting the hallway.
Walking behind him, I would like to use guidance.
Okay.
Maybe everyone should keep a swivel just in case this is some sort of ambush.
And yeah, and then I'll proceed with the
I'll
dagger.
take my sword.
Okay. Roll perception with guidance. A
Oh my
27.
lord. Am I going to get a 30?
And a default.
I am
31!
Let's
A
go!
31. That's incredible. And you now see it vividly. The blood is all over the walls again. The blood is all over the floor, as are the bodies. And you blink and it's gone.
Would any of the rest of us seen any of this? No.
You see nothing.
I think my form would shift back to the doppelganger form.
Mhm.
Like,
You
as
all
I see
see-
that for a second.
You all see. I would imagine you stop moving as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
You see Sebastian freeze in front of you. His form drops to its regular self. To its changeling self.
Are you alright?
Yep. Yeah, I'm fine.
I sort of try and peer over his shoulder, like, what made him do this?
You see nothing.
You know what? Do you guys mind just giving me a minute?
Yeah,
Sure. No worries.
of course.
Of course.
I go straight to her room.
Your mum's room, or
Mhm.
okay. You turn the corner. Roll me a perception check, please.
Damn it, all these rolls. 16.
16. As you turn the corner, this time from behind you, you hear your young childhood friend's voice call out to you. you turn around.
Alicia? Only else to turn around.
You guys see him. You guys hear him say that. You see him turn around. You heard nothing, and there is nothing there, Sebastian.
Fuck.
Continue to your mother's room.
Yeah.
Okay. You start walking up the stairs. Roll me a perception check, please.
26?
26.
I got a +9, so it should be pretty good each time.
Yeah, that's the problem. You kind of want to be failing these. This time, you can smell the iron in your nose as you look down, and the blood is flowing like a stream down the stairs. A hand falls down past you, dismembered from the body that it was once a part of. You close your eyes again, you blink. It's gone.
Yeah, I kind of like, at that point, I'm just like holding the blade in one hand. I just kind of like hit myself in the head, and I'm just like, just keep it together. Just keep it together.
Roll me a wisdom saving throw, please. Okay. You attempt to keep it together. You feel just as shaken as you were before. This kind of self-affirmation you're giving yourself is not changing the situation that you're currently in. Do you continue to head to your mother's room?
Yep.
Okay. You make it up several flights of stairs. These visions continue to happen. The voices call out to you. You start to hear the screams that you heard that night. It's getting more and more intense as you reach your mother's room and you put your hand on the doorknob. The door falls away. And in the room, you don't remember this being the case, but you see Alexander O'Shale standing over the tortured, bloodied body of your mother, laughing.
Yeah, Sebastian knows that isn't fact. Like, he knows what happened, and that is not factual. So I think instead, I start looking for some sort of trap or trigger or powder or scent in the room that I'm now starting to think, is it some sort of illusion magic? Is kind of the vibes that I'm now going for. Because at first it seemed very real, but now I know for a fact this isn't what happened. So something's changed, and I don't know why.
Do you step into the room?
Yeah, I will.
You take the first step, and his laughing stops, and the cuts start to appear on his body. Just a few at first. Do you take another step?
Mm-hmm.
More cuts appear. The blood starts flowing from him. The closer you get, the more steps you take, the blood continues to flow.
I point the blade to him and start walking straight at him with the blade out on fire.
His laughing has turned into tears, into begging you to stop. Your mother's body is gone. He falls backwards. He lands in a bathtub. And the water turns red with his blood. You blink for 1 second, and the room is back to normal. And in the place of that bathtub and that man laying in it is the bill of sale, with the previous owner of Dusk's Desire's signature on it, but you can tell it's written very shakily. And there's a couple of drops of blood where the signature is signed.
And the bill of sale, it says that the owner would be Samantha O'Shale.
Yes.
Does it have any addresses or anything on there? Any information I can take from this bill of sale to maybe find another location?
Yes, it has the O'Shales. Actually, no, it wouldn't. It would have. It has an address. It's an address that you recognize belonging to a street in the warehouse district.
Okay. I think for that moment I'll take the bill and I'll just walk straight back to where they are.
Everything
back up
seems
with them.
normal again now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't know what caused this. It didn't feel magical. But after everything you went through when you fell off the mountain, it felt reminiscent of that ordeal. Are you still in your changeling form?
I think subconsciously I stay in my changeling form while in my old home where I spent a lot of my youth as a changeling.
You guys have been waiting downstairs for a couple of minutes. You didn't hear... You heard kind of creaking of going up the steps. As I said, it looks like this building has kind of been kind of torn apart. You hear the kind of creaking of going up the stairs, and every now and then you hear it stop. But eventually, Sebastian, still in his changeling form, comes back down the stairs to you with a piece of paper in his hand.
I found this up there.
What is it?
The bill of sale for this place. There's an address in the warehouse ward.
Oh, that's great. You're not happy?
A lot happened there.
Can we roll insight to
You
see
can roll
how
insight.
he looks?
You can roll insight for how he looks.
Only 16.
We've got a
17.
16, we've got a 17, we've got a 7, we've got a 12. Sebastian, are you trying to hide any of this? Or are you
Nah,
kind
I
of
don't
going
think
from
so. Not.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty open at this point.
Okay, cool. We'll give it a DC 10 then. He is very clearly emotionally... Actually, Aurora, have advantage on this because you are a therapist. This is kind of your bag.
Do you need me to roll again?
Just roll an extra dice. Just roll an extra d20. And add your cool. A 20. So you all pick up on the fact that clearly he's going through something by being here. Aurora, with your kind of extra level of having seen people in these bad situations, you can see that kind of almost glazed over look in his eye that he's either remembered some shit or he's seen some shit, but him being in here is not healthy right now.
Yeah.
He
Come
also
on.
may not even know that he's not wearing a regular form because he seems a bit out of it.
Yeah. I think it's time we get out of here. And maybe check out this address, but Sebastian, grieving is also healing, but in a place like this, it's hard to do that.
In the words of Bashaba, when we went to go see her, she said to go through it. And I think at the moment we're in it, maybe we should go through and leave.
Yeah, I think, yeah. And I will take my brooch off of Bashaba,
Mm-hmm.
and I would like to tie it onto a piece of string that I've got in my bag, and I want to try and loop it over one of the beams of the Dusk's Desire, so that the amulet just hangs in the center of the room.
Yeah, you can do that. You can do that.
Just so that there's like a symbol of misfortune on a
Yeah.
place where a lot of misfortune happened.
Yeah, absolutely. And you don't know whether it's divine
Yeah.
intervention or anything like that, but something clicks inside of you. Like something feels a little bit, oddly considering what you've just done, warmer. Having done that, and there's a little bit of peace there for you. Is there anything anyone would like to do here before we leave?
Standard Clover room check. Anything shiny?
Nothing shiny, but roll me investigation.
Investigation, not perception. Okay.
Not perception, investigation.
7.
Yeah, you don't find anything.
Okay.
Would anyone else like to do anything before we leave?
Not here, no.
Okay. If you could just keep me updated on the time, because I think that's what Aurora would be doing throughout.
Yeah, it's kind of, you reach mid-afternoon now.
Yeah,
Probably about
3 o'clock.
3-ish, 3:30, sometime around there.
Yeah.
I think the only thing that I would do is when I reach up to tie the thing, I realize my hand is like grey.
Yeah.
And then it's at that moment that I don't change back to Wallace. I actually go to Sebastian because it's my preferred form.
Yeah,
It's the one I'm
okay.
most comfortable in.
Yeah. So you go back to Sebastian, and that's pretty standard. Again, you've snapped out of it, and just to kind of give you the option, because everything kind of messed up a bit there. You notice that you go back to that thought of, wait a second, this place has been ransacked. Why has it been ransacked?
I believe that they obviously were looking for something. What they were looking for, I have no idea. They clearly purchased the property for that exact detail, though. I don't even know where to begin to find what they were looking for.
Wait, sorry, I may have. Did you own it, or did someone you're close to own it?
Someone I knew quite some years ago owned the establishment. My mother worked for him, and quite often I lived here.
What's his name?
Well, I don't even know if the man's alive, because when I last saw him, he was quite old and bleeding on the floor. This floor.
Oh. Why?
You know when I showed you the form of the O'Shale man? Stabbed, beaten, bloodied, bruised.
Heart.
Mhm.
Yeah.
He, came here and abducted my mother and killed any that stood in his way. Which was most of the workers, and tried to kill Draxus, my foster father, that you briefly met yesterday.
Wait. So. They abducted your mother.
Yes, because of what she could do for Alexander O'Shale.
I don't want to ask.
She's a changeling, dear. And she worked in a brothel. You can imagine.
Right, so it's not because anything materialistic.
Not at all.
Okay.
Just a crazed man that had fantasies.
Ah, poor soul.
Gross.
Very. But it's okay. Because I stabbed him till all the blood left his body. But now his bitch of a sister is running amok.
Mother.
Mother? Mother is running
Yeah.
amok. Did I write the wrong thing down? Well, anyway, Samantha O'Shea.
Speaking of which, we should probably, maybe best to focus on the task at hand.
To the warehouse?
Do we know where the warehouse is? Does anybody have any idea where the district is? Sebastian?
I have a map!
Well,
You've had a map this whole time?
we have this address here. We have
We
a
have
map.
Sebastian!
Pardon, Sebastian, what was that?
Well, we have this address on this bill, which is in the warehouse district, and if we look at the map, maybe we could find the quickest route there.
Do
Well,
we
let's
notice
go
the
for that.
blood? Do we notice the blood on the bill? Just to
There's a couple of drops of red on there. I guess if you were really looking for it, you might notice it's blood.
Okay. Just ink.
I'd say an investigation check would be required really to catch it like that.
Okay, it's fine. All right, I guess.
Well, it's not even red. Sorry, it's brown at this point, so it's kind of difficult to see.
I guess we'll follow the map. Let me just have a quick look at that map there, if you don't mind, Aurora.
Okay, she holds it up.
Can I, based on what I heard from the shopkeeper earlier, is this going past the estates to get to the warehouse? Is there a route that goes there, or would it be a sort of
They are
detour?
very they're kind of different directions.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, cool. So it's over there, and we stayed over there. Okay, cool. I think I know where we are.
Also,
Okay.
I'd just like to point out, and do we know where May might even be going?
And on that note, May Winter Sprite, you have reached what appears to be a door to a very normal house.
I knock.
The red star above this one points directly down.
At the door, I assume.
Yeah.
I will
You
knock.
No answer. But the door opens.
I go in.
Okay. You step inside to what appears to be a very normal hallway, and the door shuts itself behind you. At that point, a ginger bird tabaxi steps out into your eye line. Come with me.
Okay.
They appear to be wearing the same clothes, minus the masks that your master would normally appear in. Let's change the music, actually. This one. Okay. You step forward and you go into a room with them, dimly lit, and they open. They kind of do the classic pull a book from a bookcase, and a secret entrance is exposed. Stone steps and torches on the walls light your way downstairs. This building that seems like kind of just like a hole in the wall home. Now that you've kind of started going down these steps, you've reached this kind of vast underside of the monastery of True Self. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. Monastery of True Self. You'd say there must be space for about 20 families down here, maybe even more. Stepping forward from in the shadows, that same Rakshasa that you saw in your vision, well, no, sorry, when you died, starts walking towards you.
I immediately drop to a knee, like what I usually do when I get the astral arms out, but without the astral arms, just.
Yeah. As you drop to a knee, this reversed palm of the tiger, of the humanoid-esque tiger, reaches out to you to lift you back to your feet. There is no need for such actions towards me here. This
but
is
I-
Snake Slither in the flesh, or corporeal form.
But I'm finally here.
You are. And you are welcome.
So,
We have to keep this place secret. Very few would trust an organization led by one born of such evil as myself.
what am I to do now?
Come with me. You seek. What do you seek here?
Well, I seek to help my friends. I mean, as you know, I wasn't very helpful in the last fight we had, and also we're looking for something lost. And I thought maybe you could help?
Your actions in battle were commendable. You seek knowledge. Seeking, exploring, searching. It is something close to your true self. Do you question why I name the monastery thus?
Well, it's starting to make sense.
Why do you think so?
Well, when I fight, I feel more close to myself, to what I can be. It feels more straightforward than how it is with other people.
You know what happens to my kind when we die.
I don't think so.
Our bodies are destroyed, and we are returned to hell. A painful, continuous cycle of pain, destruction, and death. It was maddening. My true self. I did not seek the power. I wanted peace. So I turned my back on the ways of my kin and followed my own path. That is what you do, is it not? Your family forsook you and their ways did not suit you.
Yeah.
And we found each other.
Well, this feels more important and more, how do you say, valuable than just sitting at home and, you know, being plush and comfortable.
For you, this path continues out to find the tier of Crescentia. I have been here for many mortal lifetimes. Not as far back as the tier's creation, but the information held within this monastery holds many secrets. As such, and he gestures a hand out, this time his paw that faces the normal way. The tabaxi comes over and hands him a scroll. He opens the scroll and you see a map.
Okay.
Deep within the bowels of this monastery, this information was hiding. If you head out to the center of the Lake of Trances, to Rhinanori's east, there you will find the resting place of the Tyr. But beware, it is guarded by something fierce. We have no details for the true nature of its guardian. I can only give you its location. And he hands you the map.
Okay.
And the fact that you will need the entranceway that leads to the entranceway that holds the shrine. There is a scroll that must be read there for the doors to unlock. It is not something we have in our possession.
But, well, do you know who does?
I'm afraid I do not know.
Okay, well,
Maybe if you
I'm very
speak to your
grateful.
friends, they will provide you with more answers.
Well, I kind of left my friends while they were searching. Do you know where they are?
These things are beyond my knowledge.
Well,
I will say that leaving those who stand by you is that really who you are? To hide things? Hiding parts of myself is my way. Because for me to find inner peace, I must become something beyond my physical form. But these friends of yours, these allies, they seem to guide you on the correct one, the correct way.
well, they did bring me back. So I guess, but I'm sorry, but I guess I need to go.
Do
But
you have any other questions for me before you leave?
oh, there's so many questions, but I don't think there's time to really ask. But may I come back when it's all done?
You can come back anytime.
Thank
You're
you,
welcome
Master.
here to learn from me, to learn from the others. As he raises his arms, and you see now that whilst you've been kind of enraptured in this conversation with your leader, with your mentor, the other members of the monastery have all started to gather around, and this is the first time that you've met other people who follow the same path as you do. Kindred spirits. Ones who've never met you before, and yet hold you in an esteem that you only wish your family would. And the words of your mentor become clearer in your mind. You fought so hard to become something of value to your family. And actually, now things are a little less worrying and somber. We'll change the music down. You fought so hard to become something of value to your family. Something to make up for a mistake that wasn't even yours, and how easily they threw you out and disposed of you. And yet these people who you've never met before respect you for who you really are. Your group, you know, they're not perfect by any means, but your party have stood by you in battle. They've saved your life. They've brought you back from death. You have also done a lot to keep them alive. This kind of feeling of realization and confidence floods you. However you take this information going forward, know that you are imbued with a new sense of confidence in the directions that you take and the choices that you make.
Well, I thank you, and I hope we all meet again. I think my friends need me to be there.
We will see you again soon, May Wintersprite.
And she bows, even though he said I shouldn't, but
he bows in return, and in fact, each member of the monastery bows. Even the young children that are part of the families who live here bow towards you. And that same Tabaxi, who looked rather menacing and standoffish before, walks towards you now with a smile, reaches out a paw and takes you by the hand back to the entrance. And he gives you a pendant. Inside of this, you can find your way back. And you see it opens, and inside there is basically directions back to finding this place easily.
Cool. She will hang the pendant around the neck with pride, and then heads out the door and rushes towards the Dusk's Desire.
Okay, it go well. Okay, you make your way to Dusk's Desire.
I believe she would know roughly where, in what direction, because of the map that Aurora had.
Yeah, sure.
She showed us that thing last time. Pretty sure. She had the map out, I think.
Nope.
No, she didn't.
Oh, I kept it.
You ask the first, with your newfound confidence, you ask the first person you see where this brothel is. And with a rather judgmental face, they give you directions. But on that note,
so they know where it is as well, right, Rez? Is that what you're saying?
yeah. They look judgmental, and then it also occurs to you that they know where the place is. In fact, they knew rather quickly where the place was. Anyway, on that note, we will go to a break. Hope you guys are enjoying the session so far, but we'll see you guys in probably a few seconds your time and probably 5 minutes our time. For now, peace, and we'll catch you in a bit. Bye! Hello everyone, we are... Onion, what the hell are you doing? I hope everyone got some lovely snacks while they were away. I got some Scottish tablet-flavoured popcorn. It's not iPad flavoured, but in Scotland and Haggerty, tablet is a name for a specific type of fudge they make up here. Did anyone else get any nice snacks whilst we were away?
Popcorn.
I got
popcorn.
Chips.
I can't, so I can watch this next Grendel segment.
Oh yeah. Jesus Christ.
No popcorn was shared with me.
Oh, whoa, whoa.
I didn't know there was
You better run
popcorn.
quick.
I'll be right back.
So, can you roll
Paddy's sleeping
initiative,
on the
please,
couch.
Paddy?
Sleeping on the couch.
I gave him
today.
crisps at the break, and I ate them all.
He gave
but-
you snacks and
Lan and I are just sharing cheese.
chili and cheese.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, they're okay.
I got some spicy
That's
chips.
fine.
Oh my god, that water just went down the wrong way. Okay, I'm joking.
You know, you only have 1 out of 2 ways. Just do it right.
Rendell, what are you doing?
Well, I'm standing there marveling in my intelligence, watching everyone leave, just split off, do their things, and it hits me. Yesterday, I left for a mission, and these fuckers ruined it with their shenanigans with falling off roofs, getting themselves knocked out, and it was a mess. So Grindel, his mission is important to him. I need to find the O'Shales. That's what's in his mind. So he's gonna go ask around. He's gonna go find the O'Shales estate, and he's gonna go there. He's gonna find these motherfuckers because they have the tier. That's what Grindel's doing.
Nope, I ain't good yet. Okay. Yeah, that really went down the wrong way. Thanks for covering me there for a second, Eagle. Anyway,
Yeah.
disregard all that because we're going to the rest of the party first. So, May is heading to the Dusk's Desire. May, as you leave the monastery, the rest of the group are headed away from Dusk's Desire towards the warehouse district. In a city where it almost always feels like wintertime. The sun is beginning to set. It's not set fully yet, but it is definitely shifting towards that kind of evening, darker time of day. Grendel, a couple of hours have passed since everyone was in the marketplace area. What have you been doing for those couple of hours?
I like to think Grindel, with his very good money of 25 gold, he probably would have been, looking around to probably buy himself some drink, something to drink, and then, keep asking around for where this O'Shale place is, and then maybe see if he can, have a friend walk him there, because he doesn't like to walk alone.
So what you're telling me is,
Yeah.
you are going into places to purchase alcohol,
Just one drink.
just one drink,
Yeah.
and you get in there and you're asking people, hey, where is this private citizen's residence? I want to go pay them a visit.
Well, he believes that he's on a mission from the cleaning god, and of course, Lord Thenestol has sent him along with these people. So
Can you please, in character, tell me exactly what you say to the first
Hey!
patron that you speak to?
Hey, how you doing? My name's Grindel. Famous cleaner of all the lands. I am here to find the O'Shales. Do you know where I could find them, please?
I mean, I think there's quite a few places that stock their power supply gems.
Power supply.
I think you could. There's probably some wholesalers that will do them. Are you a business owner? Or?
Oh. Power gems. Is that are they power? Like power?
Well, I mean, you're stupid, but you know what a power gem is.
Yeah. That makes a lot. This changes everything. I would like to go there, please.
You'd like to go?
Okay, have fun.
The
Yeah,
guy
please.
kind of turns away from you, being like, he's this weirdo, and continues drinking his pint.
I need to know where that is, please.
You need to know where a wholesaler's is.
Yeah.
Here in the market district of Rhinonori. You need to know
Yeah.
where shops are.
Oh, well, is there a certain? Can you give me a description of?
The bartender
Please.
leans over. Excuse me, sir.
Yes. Hi.
Red-headed, Fey lady, Winter Eladrin.
Yeah.
How many of you had to drink?
Only one. My mother used to teach me, or used to tell me not to have too much alcohol, because you gotta be good brain. And I am listening. I've learned that since I was a kid.
Okay, sweetheart. You don't have to be honest with me, but just as long as you don't cause any more trouble, just no more after this
No.
one, all right? Sorry, mate.
Oh, of
And
course.
she goes off and starts serving someone else.
Ma'am, I need to know where the
She's serving
wholesale is.
someone else.
Oh.
No one's paying attention to you.
This is stupid. Can someone give me a description of this fucking wholesale place, please?
There's fucking loads of shops out there. Just fucking go and look through 'em, you fucking weirdo.
Weird. Oh, that's not very nice. I'll take
I'll
out
enjoy a
10 gold
fucking
and I'll
pint.
place it on the counter, and then I'll get up and
Oh, mate, you know what? For another 5 gold, I'll take you exactly to the shop.
oh, thank you, sir. And I'll place another 5 gold down.
Oh, mate, hold some pints for me when I get back, Becky. Puts the gold point, and the guy who was originally so rude to you is now extremely exuberantly
Oh,
taking you to this
oh,
wholesaler's.
thank you. Yes.
It's a shop called By the Way, spelled B-U-Y.
B-U-Y. Okay. Yeah.
He said, "Oh, here you go, mate. This is where you'll find.
Thank you so much.
Oh, you have a good one." He's walked you 60 seconds, just to let you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm happy. I'm gonna walk right on in.
cool. He goes back with the easiest money he's ever earned to go get fucking smashed.
Yeah.
Oh, hello there.
Hey.
My name is Mr. Kenya. Mr. Talltree, how can I help you? So this is a moss and grey-haired furball, very much an older gentleman.
Oh, yours looks so nice and cool.
I'm pretty cool.
Yeah. You see, I'm out looking. I am sent here on business. I'm a famous cleaner, and I was sent here to help the O'Shea's clean.
Oh, that's mighty fine of you.
Not this
What can I-
establishment. I need to find their place to go clean their place. Not this
Oh.
place.
You need to find the O'Shea place?
Yeah.
The old O'Shea estate?
Yes, that. Can you please tell me where that is?
No, I can't. I don't have that information to hand.
What the fuck? Do they have any place here I can go
Yeah,
find?
yeah, they've got warehouses. You can get you work for them. Shouldn't you know where they live?
No, I mean, listen, it was...
I mean, you're their cleaner. You can't do a very
Yeah,
good job if you don't know.
I'm new. I'm a brand new cleaner. I was just
Oh, you're
hired.
brand new. You were
Yeah.
just hired. Where did they do the interview?
They did it back where I live.
Where do you live, young sir?
I live in a place called Hischensgeswold.
Oh, you shouldn't be giving out your address like that, young man. You pretty scary
Oh, it's
people
just a
out there.
town. It's okay. It's a farm town.
It's a whole town. It's a farm town. Oh, never
Yeah.
be in, never be in. No, I just run this whole
Can you
shop.
tell
here.
me where these warehouses are? I mean,
Oh,
they
the
must-
warehouses. Oh, the warehouse district. Where all the warehouses are. Yep.
Where is the warehouse district?
Oh, it's over there. See.
Where is over there? Can you show
down-
me on them?
Down the street, down that way.
You know what? Thank you so much. And I'll take off 3 gold, and I'll hand 3 gold off, and I'll go sprinting out, and I'm gonna sprint. And on the way, I'm gonna go run up that hill, run up that road.
Can you roll me a flat? Just roll me a d20, please.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. I have a skill though that helps me out finding ways around places.
So, mate,
Right.
you're not looking. You were following directions, and this was a pure
Yeah.
luck roll. to see if you went to the right place.
Oh.
You rolled a natural 1 on a luck roll.
Does he get to the other side of the market? Like around the whole city?
Oh.
You spend 3 hours
Oh.
running around the city
Yes.
until you eventually find yourself somewhere familiar.
Who the fuck am
You remember when everyone was standing outside the market earlier?
I? Fuck. Hey, this place.
You have found yourself back to where everybody met 5 hours ago.
Damn, everyone's probably dead by now. This is.
So we'll get back to Grendel a little bit later with that fantastically timed Nat 1. Okay. Oh no, it would have been so much funnier if I just had him find. Oh god damn it! I really wish I just had him find May. So, May, you have found your way to Dusk's Desire. The door appears to be slightly ajar.
Can I hear anything from the inside?
Nothing at all.
I guess I tap the door open.
Okay. Inside, the place looks ransacked.
Lovely.
Could have even been a fight in here, you don't know.
I step in and I try to look for clues. What might have happened?
Can you
Where
roll
my
me an
friends might
investigation
be.
check, please?
I have passive investigation. Does it work?
Not for this one.
Too bad. Because my investigation is actually bad.
And that's a 6. You also don't find anything.
Yeah.
Okay. As for... That was for something else.
Mm-hmm.
I'm now going to let you make a perception check to see if there's anything that would kind of give you a sign that maybe people have been here recently or anything like that.
11.
The 11, as you're looking around, you glance and you see the brooch that is usually worn by Sebastian is hanging from one of the rafters in the ceiling.
Can I fly up and investigate if that's his? Like to check, recognize that that's really like
You can
his.
tell that it's his. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that
And
being
it's
up.
still warm, as though
Okay.
it has recently been worn.
So it being up there, I think she would conclude that it was put there deliberately. So she, despite her instincts, she just turns around and walks back out because it doesn't seem like they're still here.
Roll me a perception check and roll real good.
I'm trying. I'm really, really trying. Wait a second. Wait a second. Nope. Nope. I don't have that. Good.
You do have perception. A 22! You actually
shush.
rolled well! Amazing! Amazing! Because you know that fluffy satyr butt couldn't belong to anyone else but your good friend Finton Stouthorn, who is many paces away from you right now and about to turn a corner, but
I
you think
dash.
if you run down there, you'll be able to catch up with the group.
I fly and dash and everything. I just
It
go.
was DC 20 to notice Finton's butt.
Nice. I'm very familiar with the butt.
Oh,
Fluffy
you
cat.
no.
You catch up with everybody. You're all back together except for one. I'm guessing you guys kind of tell May that you're going to the warehouse district because of everything you found. Okay.
Well,
The
out
sun's
of
setting,
breath.
Aurora. Do you want to go to see Solomon now, or do you want to go to the warehouse first?
you muted.
Oh yeah, you are muted, by the way.
All I said was, So it's the sun is setting, and I know how long would it take me to walk to Solomar's?
You could basically turn off along the route that you're going, and it'll be like a street or two over.
Quick thing from my side before we continue.
Yeah.
When May rejoins the party, we would ask where she's been.
Yeah.
Would she then relay that information to the rest of the group?
Well, as she's very out of breath, she tries to say, "Well, guys, I'm so glad I found caught up to you. I'm sorry I went away without saying anything. I just had to go. But I found what I was searching for, I guess. So, and she pulls out the map. I found a clue for the map for the tier.
It's a map that shows
What?
the location of where, according to May, the tier of Crescentia is kept, and you recognise the Lake of Trances from the map you were given in the very first session to guide you on your route to Rhinanori.
Right, but that's days away, no?
Well,
So, in the middle of a lake.
You think it would take probably about a day to get there, and then you'd have to make passage across.
well,
So maybe a day and a half?
the way in seems to be barred. Like you need to read from a scroll to open up the way.
Oh, well, that's easy.
How?
May, do you not remember that we were all tasked to get items before we left?
Yeah, me and Finton went and got stuff.
Yeah, what did I and Candelaria get?
A bad
actually don't
contract
know.
with the guy that always comes and
Contract
Is
with a
weird.
weirdo.
Trouble.
You know why we're all like involved with Zolomar, right?
Oh, because you signed that thing that meant that you were in servitude or something?
Yeah, by accident when I was retrieving the scroll that we need.
oh,
scroll?
What scroll?
The scroll of unbinding.
What's that?
I don't know. They just said that we needed it.
Look, I was told to go and procure some rations from some
Speaking of
miscreant
which,
on the...
could I have one of the sandwiches whilst we're waiting?
Oh, by all means, Clover. Let me
Well-
just...
Well,
There you go.
that seems awfully handy. Then that you have a scroll. I guess, like you said, it's easy.
Well, it's like you made it easy to walk through the mist. We're well equipped for this part, at least.
And I supplied food.
Lovely. Where is Grandel?
Yeah,
I
who,
thought-
who knows?
Someone.
Who's
Well,
Grandel? No,
He's kind of hard to miss, right?
Well,
Oh,
last I saw him, he was... Shit, I bet he's still at the market. Let's head on over.
okay. Well, actually, I'm gonna take a 10-minute detour. Can I meet you guys at the tavern?
Sure, yes. We'll grab Grandel. Let's meet right here.
Where we are standing now?
Correct.
At what time, guys?
Okay.
At dusk?
An hour?
An hour?
Is that
You
enough
think
time?
it'll take you probably an hour round trip to go back to the place where you were?
I reckon he's still stood there.
Sure.
He's probably still speaking to us and hasn't realized we've left.
Well, let's go then.
He might be up that hill he wants to run up.
You have many hills in Ryan and Ori. He can
As
take
I,
it.
as I remember correct, that hill was more like a metaphor or something.
Yes.
He could be
I-
running as he goes.
They say the hilliest part is the marketplaces. Let's go.
I'll see you in a bit.
No
See
worries.
ya.
Right. You guys, we'll quickly kind of gloss over what happened with you guys. You guys get there just as Grendel appears. He's looking around the place, and he doesn't seem to have been in that exact spot for very long. As you kind of stumble across him.
There you are, buddy. Been looking all over for you. Searched the entire city.
You alright, Puzzles?
Hey, buddy. How you doing?
May
What the
flies
hell is
over
wrong?
and and just sits on his shoulder like she did in the barn. And hey, we found you.
I've
We
learned
also
a
found.
very serious lesson.
Well, we came back and we found clues.
Yeah.
You investigate, right?
Oh, I tried.
Well,
What did you discover?
Yes, you've been gone for almost 5 hours.
Yeah. I discovered people are mean, and if you give them money, they become nice, and that these fucking O'Sheas are fucking just untrackable.
Well, we know where one of their warehouses are.
Well,
I was
you know
trying
what
to
I
find
found?
that bitch, and I couldn't fucking find it. So shut the fuck up, Sebastian. Nice to see you, buddy. I missed you.
Grandel, do you know what I found?
What'd you
You-
find?
You guys are more worse than my family ever was.
That's even worse for me, because I couldn't even find a fucking warehouse.
No,
If
you
you
are
can find us, we're
you are
around the
valuable.
city.
You're not. You know.
I have a question for the DM. Quickly.
Yes, go for it, please.
How far away is the manor estate from here? In terms of time. And if I had a centaur pal run me over.
If you had a centaur pal run you over, and you had a May who knew her way through the city,
Yeah.
then I'd say you could get there in 20 minutes.
20 minutes there, 20 minutes back, and then
Yeah.
to...
And however long you spend in there.
Okay, and
And
then
then-
back to...
30 minutes back that way.
So it's over an hour. Okay.
Well, actually, guys, whilst we're here, I did uncover where the O'Shea estate is.
Why haven't you brought that up until now?
It's so
Well,
useless.
it didn't seem worthwhile because Grandel was searching for it himself, was he
I'm
not?
so useless.
Also,
You have that thing you can't talk about, right?
I don't know if that's relevant, but, yeah, I do have a thing. What we could do is Grendel and I, and maybe May if you'd like, we could head over that way, and see if they're there.
First of all, you wish to split us up into groups of Grendel, yourself, and May.
Yeah, why not?
Clover, I
My
really do
moonlight eyes shine at
appreciate.
you.
Yes, May. The last time you did anything, you did drop to the floor and we had to resurrect you. Grendel has just spent the last 5 hours learning the fact that paying people money will make them nicer. And Clover, no offense, but you often manage to get yourself into trouble.
I don't know what
But-
you're referring to. But,
but-
Sebastian,
but-
I trust you. If you believe we should stay together, then by all means we should.
I just think you should take Fenton.
To keep him alive? What?
Well, based on my understanding of the direction, it's not far from Julesian's, which would mean it's about 20 minutes away.
So useless.
So if we were to go there, come back, even
We
if there's no one home,
We could swing by Julesian's.
perhaps that's the plan. Maybe we should go there, but someone needs to tell Aurora where we're gonna be.
You, peasant child. As I gesture to
Yes,
Eddie,
Governor!
how would you like to make yourself 100 gold pieces?
100 gold pieces? How many silver pieces is that? Like 10?
That's 1,000.
1,000 silver pieces? How many copper pieces is that? Is that like 10?
That's 10,000 copper
That's
pieces.
1,000 copper pieces! My pockets aren't big enough, sir!
Well, then you don't want it. Scurry along. You
No,
there,
sir!
gentlemen!
Sir, please, please!
Ah,
I'll do whatever you want, sir!
right. Well, I'm going to give you 5 gold right now, and you'll get the other 95 once a fairy lady by the name of Aurora approaches
His
you,
t- one of his
and you
teeth fell
tell her that we are heading over towards the O'Shea estate in the direction of the Julesian Oakleaf estate. You understand?
The O'Shea stole my tooth, it's gone! The O'Shea estate! Okay, yes, Governor,
And then you will accompany her to our location, Whereupon I will give you 95 gold pieces.
Okay. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Bashama, ow. Cool. I'll,
What the fuck did this kid just say?
He said
Look.
Bashama, ow.
I crouch down to the kid. Do you have parents, boy?
They... Somewhere.
Where do you stay?
He just kind of nods over towards an alleyway.
100 gold. We'll get a roof above your head. A roof is a good
We'll
start
get
for
one
anyone.
for my brothers and sisters.
Big enough for a whole family, I'm sure.
Thanks, Mr. Otto.
Put good effort in. Don't let me down. And maybe I'll double it.
And he runs off in the direction that you sent him.
Now, scram, you peasant.
He picks up
Well,
his tooth
there
along
he
the way
is.
and runs off.
You're such a
Tooth
nice
fairy.
guy, Sebastian.
So I imagine we all head off to.
I
all
also
head off.
told him the location we were told to. I don't know if I said that. But the corner where. Yeah.
You
okay.
did. You guys head off that way. Aurora, you make your way up to and actually I can change the screen now. Exciting, isn't it? As I take us
Slums.
to Zolimar's room.
Oh, I'm already in it.
Well, it's the scene. I haven't got the outside. So, you take a look at the address.
I would like to think that I use my glamored armor as well to make it look like a commoner's cloak or whatever else people around me are wearing. Just a little less obvious.
Yeah, absolutely. You make your way up to the specific room on there, and you knock on the door. And who is it?
Does it sound like Solomar?
It sounds like Solomon, yeah.
Okay. It's me, the counselor.
Just say your stupid name. Okay,
No,
and
it's
you
a
hear him.
test.
You hear him unlock like 4, 5, 6 like locks on the door.
Oh my
Um,
lord.
And he said, "Well, that's what they call me." As he opens the door to that, he's like, "I can't have people actually coming into my room. Come on!" And he tells you to come in.
Someone of your stature does not need 6 locks, do they?
Someone of my stature shouldn't be staying here. As he relocks all the locks. So, I have something for you. He goes over and kind of pulls off a blanket from something he was working on his desk.
I follow him like a little bit too close because I'm trying to peer over what he's doing.
He doesn't seem to mind that you're too close. He hands you a silver rapier with a sapphire embedded in the hilt. It comes from me, formed from a basis of a strand of my own hair. It will have a mind of its own, though. It may even deem to speak with you at some point. However, its powers come through me, and you should give it a name.
Oh god, can you imagine this and Narcia having a conversation?
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah!
And
then I can
it
hear-
will be a lovely conversation, says Narcia.
Narcia, not now.
Okay.
And okay, so she takes the blade.
Yeah.
And takes a look, flips it over, pokes the air a little bit. She's like, "This is
He
nice.
kind of dodges out the way ever so slightly.
I've never used a rapier."
No, I could never tell.
Oh, right? Like it's like I'm natural.
You're such a natural. You should do it that way.
Well, a name. What could I name this? Why is it because it's going to talk to me? Is that what it needs a name?
No, it's just You should name special weapons. You should name special things to you. And it comes from me, so it's got to be
Oh.
special.
Of course, it's
It
special.
represents our bond.
Does it? I have the perfect name then.
What?
I'll call it Serenade.
I've never sang. Sure, okay. So, you have access now to a selection of abilities that come through me, and he gestures. He sits in his own chair and he just kind of gestures to you to sit on the bed if you want.
I'll sit on the bed.
And so the representation of the powers that I have bestowed upon you come in the form of that blade. You already know the deal that we have in our pact. Yeah. Is there anything else you need from me at this time?
Well, there doesn't need to be secrecy between us for the next 3 winters at least, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you can look literally through my eyes into my brain, I imagine, so there's no point in me hiding anything.
I mean, it doesn't really necessarily work. I mean, I could, but I wouldn't do that to you. You know, we get on. That'd be rude and intrusive. I just go into your dreams sometimes.
That is honestly more respectful of you than I thought it would be. I am impressed.
Don't be impressed with. Well, be impressed. Shush. Carry on. What were you going to tell me?
We're in a bit of a pickle, as you did intertwine our fates. I'm sure you're aware of the situation.
Mm-hmm. I didn't look into the details. You just asked me to entwine the murder investigation. How did it go?
Well, actually, here's something as well. I know you left a lot of money for us in the Orcaleaf estate. We weren't able to keep it. Or actually, I should say, we had to leave it because, a murder happened the same night that we were staying there, and we also found out who the murderer is of Fathia.
And you've told the guards about this.
Okay, so no, it's Juliessen. We can't fool the guards.
Can you make me a just like a flat intelligence check, please?
It's a nat one.
Cool, don't worry. Do not worry at all. There's something that nags you as you say that in the back of your head that just goes, maybe that wasn't something you were meant to say. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So...
He knows everything about us anyway. Well, me.
It's fine.
We'll sort
this after the session. Okay. Julessian killed somebody. And his mother.
Yes.
Well, I need to get on this right away. And he starts
wait.
taking out a notepad and starts writing letters and stuff. And what? Why would you stop me in the middle of a murder investigation? I run the day-to-day of Rhinanori.
Well, we're already working on it.
What do you mean? You're just a group that've been tasked to do an adventure. This is a threat to the reputation of my city.
Well, then let's work together because, well, we are also involved in this now.
What else do you know?
One of my friends is heavily involved, but I want no harm to any of my friends.
I just need to know everything. Have your friends done anything?
No, not right now, but it's just a shamble of...
Were any of your friends involved in committing the murder?
No. No.
Okay. Then why they won't be in any trouble?
In the past, things have happened.
What things? I'm giving you the respect of not going into your mind. Just tell me.
Okay, but like, can you at least promise me you're not gonna get my friends in trouble?
It depends how bad it is. Let's be honest here. But if
Well,
they're your friends, then it shouldn't be that bad.
Well, how acquainted are you with the O'Sheills?
They're an extremely important family across the different planes. They have a lot of money.
Okay, and I guess money is power, but they are also awful people. Who...
People like that generally are, yes.
Yeah, and they abducted one of my friend's mother. And... yeah. And that mother has also got connection to the Orcally family, which is why...
Which of your friends is the... There were...
Who do you think?
No, there were only a handful of survivors from that night.
Are you really gonna make me say?
Sebastian. Fuck, I knew it. Something was off about him.
You do not do anything to him. I'm telling you this in trust that we can help each other. That Juliestian...
Sebastian didn't do anything. Sebastian's
Well, no-
mother was killed, but...
Okay, you really can't... Okay, I honestly thought you knew more, and you just want me to say it, but you genuinely don't know then, do you?
Know what? Alexander was exiled. We were never able to enact any kind of legal jurisdiction on him. He was out of the city's hands. We knew if he ever came back to the Feywild, he would be punished, but we've never sensed him here since.
No, that's not even what I don't care about some Alexander. I mean, why Fafia was killed.
Yes, but what does that have to do with Sebastian doing something... What?
Sebastian's existence is why she's dead. It's not his fault that he was born a bastard, but he happened to be born to the wrong parents.
Okay, you just need to be... I can piece this together over time, but just give me the answers. Why are the O'Sheills involved? You brought the O'Sheills in. You brought in a case from years ago. You mentioned the fact that Sebastian is one of the survivors of a very, very gruesome night that took a lot of work to smooth over.
Because his mother is from the brothel that the O'Sheills now have.
Yes, I know.
And Juliestian is Sebastian's half-brother, which means that his father...
Okay.
That's why Fafia was killed.
Fafia was killed.
Because...
Okay, so Fafia was killed clearly because Julesian I'm guessing Julesian found out somehow, was worried that he'd have to, I don't know, some sort of legacy issue. I'm still not piecing together why you keep bringing the O'Sheills into this.
Well, they've taken on the pub, not the pub, the brothel.
And
they abducted his mother.
You're saying the O'Sheills? Can you make me an intelligence check?
20.
A 20. The O'Sheills didn't abduct the Oakleaf mother.
No, his Sebastian's mother.
Yeah, so what you're getting here is that Zolimar's very confused as to why you keep bringing up the O'Shales. Because you're bringing up an Oakleaf situation where one Oakleaf kid killed his mother. The O'Shales having anything to do with Dusk's desire does not bring anything to connect the two.
Oh, right, yeah, because I haven't told you about the tier as well. Sorry, the tier is also...
Okay, cool, because I'm really not... You're talking about one murder that's happened recently, one horrendous thing that happened many, many years ago that has not been sorted, but it's been out of my hands. Look, with what happened at Dusk's Desire many years ago, Alexander O'Shale, heir to the originally the heir to the O'Shale fortune, he was the one who committed the act, and the O'Shale family said that he'd been exiled and that he wouldn't be returning. We haven't been able to find him in the Feywild since, and our power has only stretched so far. I think my father had taken a deeper look into it, but I don't know about that. I just deal with the running of this city. Now you're telling me that the Oakleafs, the son of the Oakleafs, is the one who's murdered his mother, which we'll have to get some people
knew
involved
that.
in.
Yeah, I thought that was knowledge to you.
No. I said I would entwine your fates. If I knew that something like this was happening in my city, and that he had killed someone else in my city, then I'd be doing a little bit more than getting you involved in it. I can't just go through reading everybody's minds. That's not something that I'm going to spend all of my energy and time and day doing. And also, that's just a horrible, horrible misuse of power that is really, really inappropriate and very dystopian. Like, what kind of ship do you think we're running here?
Okay, well, I also need to go. But, like, what are your next steps now?
Well, you haven't finished telling me everything. You mentioned the tier of Crescentia now as well.
Yeah, we had reason to believe that it was in the belonging of the O'Shales.
No, the tier of Crescentia can't be with the O'Shales. If the
But they
O'Shales
have
had the tier of Crescentia, then they would be doing a big old power play right now. I can guarantee you that.
Have warehouses and stuff, so we thought maybe they had it.
Their warehouses, that's a good point. Zolimar runs over to his table and starts scrambling through papers, and he pulls one out. They had a package. They've been having a visit, actually, from someone of substantial power in Iortis. Does the name Thulu the Jackdaw mean anything to you?
Yes, I know Thulu. He runs the brothel over in Iortis.
He's someone I keep tabs on when they enter my city. He's big into crime.
He well, I mean, obviously has connections with the O'Shales. Any reason why there's a connection with the Dusk's Desire?
I don't think the Dusk has anything to do with this. Do you know which O'Shale is involved?
Which O'Shale?
Which O'Shale?
I think I only know of one. That's Samantha. I ran into her earlier today.
It's like a light bulb's just gone off in his head. And he smirks. Oh, that's clever. Where are you friends?
She looks at him, like, sort of like pleadingly, like, I just want them to be safe.
Do you want to get to the bottom of this?
Only if they're safe.
I mean, there's no guaranteeing that you'll be safe.
Only if it's not due to your actions.
I mean, not directly. I mean, I am going to be sharing some information with you, and fuck it. And he turns into his tiefling form, the one that you first met him in.
I didn't even know he wasn't.
No, he was in like Archfey form. He drops down into his tiefling form, grabs your hand, like unlocks all the doors, like flings the door open, pulls you out, closes it, locks every single lock, and says, "Let's go. Where are they?"
Okay, squeeze his hand and diddle-a-doo.
Hello, Miss Fairy Lady. That was a nice.
Which form were you in, by the way, Sebastian?
Sebastian.
There was a very, very handsome blonde-haired man who gave me this, and are you the Tooth Fairy? Anyway, he needs me to take you somewhere.
Why?
He said that he's not here now, and he's gone to the Oak Leaf Estate.
I look over to Zolamar.
Yeah, sure, kid. Come on. And he like taps the kid on the back and goes, "Go on, little peasant boy, go."
I didn't know, right? that
Zolamar
they
in his in his full peasant clothing as well. Just, it's an almost Doctor Who-esque sense of adventure that he's now just like taking his partner on because something has clicked in his head. I'm assuming you guys do kind of standing outside the Oak Leaf Estate. What are you kind of doing once you're there? Are you waiting or?
Well, we were going to the Oak Leaf Estate because we were on the way to the O'Shale Estate, and I just thought while we were popping through, I was gonna that wasn't even what I was thinking. I was gonna turn into Gillesian, run in and see if Ambergruff's anywhere.
Sure. Yeah, he's the butler.
I'll just run in and be like,
there.
Ambergruff.
Yes, Master Julius.
Do I have any meetings as of right now? Anywhere I need to be? I'm running a little bit behind schedule.
No, we just got the letter for you this morning saying you'll be out of town for a while.
Out of town for a while. Okay.
Actually,
from me.
I thought you'd have left by now. So
Yes, I did pay. The goddamn couriers of this town. I did pay the couriers to deliver this tomorrow, but it's fine. I'm literally about to leave.
Yes, the letter's right here. It says you'll be out with a few friends on an excursion away from the city.
Yes. Does it mention the lake?
No, I don't think you mentioned that. Maybe you sent that in a missive to someone else?
Maybe. Might be father.
It could be father. It could. You know he worries about you, Julessi, and you really should pay him a visit in person. He's been worried about you, especially after your mother.
Yes, I totally understand. Right, well, if you could just get the maids to fetch my friends' money from the room and bring it all down for me, that would be fantastic.
Of course, absolutely, Julesian. Give us a few moments.
2 minutes and not a minute.
Would
more.
you like a drink, Julesian, whilst they go and fetch it for you?
No, I won't take a drink, thank you. But what you could do for me is please could you redecorate my room? I would like the entire place black, all furniture, all walls, windows boarded up, and the flooring and bedding and everything black.
That's a very strange request, Master Julesian, but of course. Are you sure you wouldn't like some of your yummy hot milk?
No, I won't take the yummy hot milk.
Oh, but you always ask for your yummy hot milk when you come back.
I do, yes, I certainly do. I'm just in a bit of a rush, as I did just say a moment ago. But Ambergruff, if you could also, give some of the family savings to the Owlin maid. I believe she had quite a traumatic experience the other night.
Oh, actually,
Thank you.
she was wondering where your friend's friend is. She was mentioning something about marriage.
Yes, a marriage. We need to give them a wedding gift. If you could just arrange something for me, roughly in
Oh,
the range of around
course.
about 2,000 gold for her, that'd be perfect.
Oh, so a small one, of course.
Just a smaller gift, yeah.
Just
She's
small.
only just a lowly maid, Ambergruff.
Yes, well, she'll be difficult to replace after she gets married and lives with that centaur.
And eventually
That will be-
pregnant with children. Yes, I understand.
Yes,
Never seen
pregnant
a
I'm pretty
griffin
sure
before,
that's.
but
I'm pretty sure that's how owlbears are made, actually. Anyway,
it might be. Anyway,
it might be
get
how
that
owlbears
money.
are
That'd
made.
be great.
Oh, they're
Yes,
already
go
on the
ahead.
way up
Oh,
there.
perfect. Look, I'll take it. Thank you.
Oh,
Bye.
there you go. Of course. Well, don't be gone too long.
I'll stay
Remember
up.
to say your
Enjoy
father.
my milk. Goodbye.
Ah, oh, what a young lad.
Sure you drink it.
What a good boy.
Here, that was fucking dreadful. A load of money. Let's get on with this.
Oh, it's all Sebastian.
I'm pretty sure with the amount of gold you spent that you now have room in the bag of holding for the platinum.
Well,
Probably.
Yeah.
there was more money earlier, right?
Until
What?
you spend like half of it.
Didn't we leave money here that we didn't pick up?
That's what we literally have just
Oh,
done.
you just got-
What's in
I
my
see.
hands there, May? I know
That's
you took
what
quite a
we've
nasty
literally
knock
just roleplayed.
yesterday.
Gosh, that
Uh,
looks awfully shiny.
Well, here's a bag for you, friend.
Thank you,
These are just,
Sebastian.
These are just side effects from getting revived from death, I guess.
Now,
Cool.
without further ado, let's go towards the O'Shale estate so we can speak to some people.
For the sake of brevity, as you say that, I found him. I brought him here. Mr. Nice Man.
Well, that was
gold.
fucking quick, wasn't it? Look here,
I'm
little
real
kid.
fast, sir.
Uh,
I'm real fast with an incentive.
20 platinum. There you go. Enjoy, friend. Go get
I can
yourself.
see my face in it.
You can, yes. You see one of those houses over there?
I'm pretty
Try
pretty.
and buy one. Enjoy. Goodbye.
And he
kid.
just like looks at his reflection all like the way as he
I
kind
just
of wanders
stop
off.
pushing him away.
Yeah, it's like, ooh, very shiny.
Peasant. No, it's a good boy, I'm sure.
Um,
Anyway, look. Oh, you've brought a Zolamar. Couldn't be better.
Hey. So, let's start with a question.
Let's start with walking.
That's not actually Gillespie and Oakleaf, is it?
Oh shit, I haven't change. There we go. Much
Hey,
better.
Sebastian.
Hello there. Let's
Let's
walk and
not
talk.
start with walking. Let's start with talking.
I've done much talking
What?
today.
What happened?
Walk and talk?
No. What happened on the night of that incident?
Which one? Many incidents in my lifetime, as is yours.
What
I had an
happened at
incident
Dusk?
last night.
What
See?
happened after Dusk's Desire?
What happened
And you
after
can see
it?
a look of extreme sternness has dropped on his face.
Well, from my understanding, after Dusk's Desire, it was bought by the O'Shales, so the property no longer is in action.
What happened the night that you were found? I know who you are now.
The night I was found?
Nothing bad will happen to you,
Found by who?
but I need to know the truth.
Tell me which night that was and found by who?
Let me check. No, you didn't go back, did you?
When? Afterwards?
No, this is me actually asking you because I'm blanking a little bit on your backstory. Or after you attacked Alexander O'Shell, did you?
The Bashaba's hands found
The Shabba's hand found you. Yes, right. Slight retcon to that bit. Then he goes, "Where did you go afterwards?"
I was taken in by some extremely generous
And what happened in the
Families.
intervening hours
of when between
between when your mother was murdered and you being taken in by generous families?
I think I give a disappointed look towards Aurora
Don't look at
because
her.
there's
look at
no
her.
reason he would know any of this unless she spoke to him.
Don't look at her, look at me.
Fuck you.
Do you know what the official line is?
Do I know the official line of what?
Alexander O'Shell was exiled.
No, he wasn't.
I didn't think so, not after the conversation I just had.
Well,
What
then you know
happened?
your answer. Wasn't proud of doing it, but glad I fucking did. And I'd do it again.
You're fine. I'm sorry you had to go through it. The guy was a piece of shit. Would have been a similar sentence if it had been passed over to me anyway. So, we have a Samantha O'Shale who has suddenly taken up residence and been taking meetings in a building next to the warehouse that the O'Shale family own.
Look, this is all well
Yeah.
and good, but I've just found out that Jalessian has left town, which probably means that he's after the same thing we are.
Yeah, he would have gone with Samantha and Thulu.
Hulu?
Thulu the Jackdaw.
Oh, that
Head
piece
of-
of shit.
Yeah, I noticed he'd been coming into my town recently, my city recently, and I didn't know exactly why. But I think I do now. You know, the O'Shells were never a very happy couple.
I don't
Might be
give a
something.
fuck.
Might be something to do with the fact that both of their kids are dead. But it also, they just never seemed like a very good couple together. You know, almost like they keep secrets from each other. Almost like Samantha O'Shale needs something. Needs something to get one over on her husband. Okay, is there any more information about the situation anyone needs to tell me? Before we go and check out this warehouse room.
We're going back to the warehouse, why?
Where were you guys going?
Well, clearly we've made our way to the Oakleaf estate, the richer part of town. We were heading towards the O'Shale estate.
Oh yeah, that'll go really well. You'll go there. You'll find out that she's not there. You'll speak to one of the assistants who will ask if you have an appointment with her husband, who will say, and you will say yes or no, whichever one you decide to go with. Either way, you won't see him for at least several hours, and by that point, you know, who knows what kind of trail could have gone cold. My way's way more fun. Let's
Oh.
break in somewhere. And by break in, I mean I can just go in.
So, Solomar, you've noticed Thulu around.
Yeah.
What do you know of him?
I know that he's big, horrible, mean, criminal boss man. And I don't like it anytime he comes into my city, because I don't trust him.
Yeah, he's not the best.
Why do you seem so interested in Thulu when none of the rest of your friends really seem to know who he is?
Let's just say, I owe him a favor.
Favors are very dangerous things to owe anybody, especially someone as dangerous as him. What's the favor, or has it not been claimed yet?
Well, you see, Zolvar, the thing is, right, I'd love to talk about it. I would love to talk about it, but I can't. But yeah. That's sort of where I'm at.
As he says he would love to talk about it, but he can't, can I insight that? Whether that's like similar situation to how we didn't want to talk about before?
You can make
Or the connection.
you
I
can make
guess.
an insight check. It's going to be a pretty easy one.
While he's doing that, can I roll? Because I used to work with a thieves group. Would I know the name Thulu from working with that
You
group?
would know Thulu because you serve him all the time.
Oh, okay.
He's a
That is
winter
21.
Eladrin man who wears very colourful clothes. Yeah, roll the insight. 21. Cool. Yeah. Yeah, no, he can't mention it because he's already made a deal with Thulu. And part of that deal was probably something to do with him not sharing any of the information in the deal. You don't know what the downside of that deal could be.
Well, Clover, is this connected to the other thing you can't talk about?
I mean,
Is it the same thing?
How afraid are you of that deal? Which you totally haven't made.
I have. Yeah, that's oh,
He's lying
that's-
to us about
you're-
it constantly.
Yeah,
Shush.
no, the
He looks over at you, man, and says, "Shush."
the thing is, Olimar, right?
Not
How
a long-winded
afraid-
answer. Just how afraid are you?
I'd like to think that I'm sort of ears back, sort of hands together.
I'm not the most confident with it, to be honest.
There's someone who can fix it, but it'll come at a cost.
I mean, we have a lot of money now, so we got
He's
plenty
not
of
interested
platinum.
in money.
Oh. Who?
My father.
Well, it might be worth stopping by. Let's just put it that way.
Okay, let me get the lay of the land here quickly. You have a deal with Thulu. Thulu's in my city. You have a history with the Oakerleafs and the O'Shales. The Oakerleafs have committed 2 murders. One I don't even have the details on yet, and the other I don't know if I don't think it was done in my city. I think she was killed back in Iordis.
Technically never mentioned I have a deal. I never talked about it. I didn't tell
You
anybody
don't-
anything.
You'll be fine. I can see the thread. It's safe. You're okay. Now I've lost my train of thought. Right. You've all been sent on a mission to get the Tear of Crescentia, which no one's seen for millennia. You said the Julesians potentially headed out of town with Samantha and Thulu. Potentially to go after the same thing you guys have got, so they're ahead of you with information because they seem to know where it is.
Well, we kind of do.
You kinda do or you do?
I pull out the map. Well, I found that.
You found this?
Well, you know.
Wow, I thought only someone like my dad would know where that thing is. Even I don't know where it is. like that
let's
thing's
say I got
old.
connections.
What was that? What was that?
Sebastian goes under his breath like, "It's right there."
You're going through it, so I'm not gonna.
Look, are you going to fucking help us or not? Because if you are, great. I'll tell you what you want to know if there's any more you need to know. If you are going to help us, can we just fucking get on with it?
Tell me everything you know whilst we go to this warehouse. I don't think there's any point in us going to the O'Shale residence.
Sure.
Okay.
I murdered Alexander O'Shale.
Yeah, I figured that earlier when you basically told me you murdered him.
Wait, what?
And I would murder him again.
Yes, and I said earlier, I'm sorry that you had to go through it. He probably would have died if he ended up in my hands.
And
He was a horrible
Julesian
piece of
murdered,
shit, and that's
murdered
fine.
my foster father last night. With the intent of murdering me instead. And he told me that if I was to tell anyone, that the Tear of Crescentia would be out of my reach. But it looks like most of this information has already been told to you already.
I mean, I think that the Tear of Crescentia thing, he might have been going for that anyway. Come on, let's go.
Sebastian makes sure that he stands as far away from Aurora as he can during this walk. If she's at the front, he's at the back.
Grindel
If
will
she's
just
on the right,
whisper.
he's on the left.
He'll just whisper to
I
her.
would like to actually walk next or fly next to Clover and just try and reassure him.
Okay.
Like he's scared shitless, clearly.
Is anyone else doing anything at the moment?
I think I'm just at the back on my own. Like, I'm not trying to make distance from Sebastian, just wanting to be alone.
Okay.
I'd like to know what Grendel's doing at this stage.
I think Grindel's walking like right in front of Aurora, trying to be the divider, you know, and just turns back to her and goes, Aurora, I'll just let you know, I don't know how he found out that information. I just hope you were safe in all of this, and that he didn't hurt you. But just know, if you did tell anything, please don't tell him that I used to be a thief, and a part of a evil group.
You talk really loudly.
Aurora, is that the cleaning god talking to you, or is that who I think it is?
That's not Jasper.
I was a part of a cleaning crew. Called the
Zolimar looks back at Aurora
Conscious.
and looks back to Sebastian. I took it from her. I went in her head and I took it from her.
Insight check.
Go for it.
Because I don't believe a word he's saying now.
Go
Because
for it.
he'd have said it before, but I'll roll insight. Okay. 25.
25's good. But as always, you know, Zolimar is incredibly hard to read. You don't have to believe him.
Yeah.
You can't quite read him. You guys continue through the city. You make your way to the warehouse area and to this side building where there is a guard standing outside. And Zolimar says, fine, 1 second. Hops into an alleyway, changes into his archfey form, and there is this feeling of majesty that kind of goes over you. You would have felt this earlier as well, Aurora, but there is just this essence of actually, yeah. Can everyone make me a wisdom saving throw, please? It's DC 20.
27.
27.
At 20.
20. 23. So Clover, Aurora, Candelaria, and Grendel, you are all currently charmed by Zolimar because of his Fey majesty. Specifically, his it's his presence. It's a type of Fey presence.
Cute trick.
He's not. He seems innate. It's not on purpose. He walks around the corner. Hey there. I'm gonna need to go in there. And the guard kind of stutters, looks up at Zolimar, and goes, Thanks, my friends are coming with me. He steps in, opens the guard unlocks the door. You walk in. There are papers everywhere. This appears to be some sort of meeting room. Well, let's tuck in and find out what's in here. Does anyone start looking through papers?
Yeah, I'll start tossing through papers, seeing what I can find.
Okay.
Yep. Same.
In fact, anyone who was charmed
This-
has the
yeah.
urge to start looking through the papers here.
I lean up
Um,
against the door and scan with my eyes, but don't actually go like looking for stuff.
May is just kind of not actively looking, but more like flying around the room trying to pick up anything unusual.
Can everyone make me investigation checks, please?
Grindel grabs the paper, but he doesn't know what he's reading.
15.
15, 16, 15,
16.
9.
9. We've got enough passes there. To kind of be brief with this description, as we have to kind of move forward, you look through the papers and you find kind of correspondence between them. You find ideas. You find a lot of kind of messed up stuff. You basically find that Thulu the Jackdaw, Gillesian Oakleaf, and Samantha O'Shale have combined forces to steal the Tear of Crescentia from under the noses of the party. Thulu seeks to use it as leverage to gain more control over the city of Iortis. Gillesian simply seeks to make Sebastian's life worse and ruin his reputation, while Samantha O'Shale seeks to become financially and reputationally independent of her husband. You see a note regarding the package that you have, Clover. You don't have to tell everyone, and you don't have to open it. You can simply show them this missive. They defeated... I'll read the summary basically of what it says. Thulu had hired Gog Magog to send those forces out to face you. After you had defeated those forces, which is the thing that you guys had triggered many sessions ago, Thulu decided that he would have to come to Rhinonori himself, and that he would basically deliver his details of the plan that you've kind of found strewn about this office in person. Julesian arranged for a teleport for him to come over, all of this stuff, and more or less what you find is that they've headed out and that they're going after the Tear of Crescentia. Because of how you guys kind of stumbled into the city and stumbled into their plan, you don't see any notes that seem to be aware of what the Guardian is. You don't see any notes that seem to be aware of the need of the Scroll of Unbinding. You guys have stumbled across the secret plan to steal the Tear of Crescentia away from you guys, and to mess up your careers, your reputations, and to make these evildoers stronger and better.
Is there any information what they might have been looking for in the brothel?
Yes. Samantha O'Shale was looking for evidence of what really happened to her son, to hold over her husband. The only two people who seem to know what happened to Alexander O'Shale were Sebastian and Alexander O'Shale's father. He covered it all up for the reputation of his family. Or more importantly, the reputation of his business.
Interesting.
Is there any information about in which stage of the search the baddies are?
They would have left earlier that day. Probably slightly after Samantha had to go and get changed after being drenched in coffee. The papers that she was looking at seemed to be related to here and the warehouse next door.
Well,
Just to confirm, I show everybody the missive thing, including Zolamar, so that everybody's on the right page.
well, I guess that's done then, Clover.
I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, this note is very interesting, isn't it, May?
Looks lovely.
I get a feeling if you put the package here, this is her place.
And I take it out and set it down on the table. Ah, that's a weight off my
You
shoulders.
literally feel a weight off your shoulders.
Whew. So now that it's been delivered,
As a heads up, he may know that the deal's complete.
Mm.
He won't know how. Maybe that you dropped it off at the O'Shell residence or something like that. I'm not entirely sure. But if you felt it, then he might as well.
well, I felt something.
And yes, now the deal's done. I don't believe there will be any repercussions, and I don't see any deal still hanging over your head.
I've been dying to open this, and I get hold of it and open up to see what's inside this package.
What's inside the package is basically the information that you found in this room. That a party is that Thulu says, "I've got our ticket." There is a group of adventurers who've been tasked by the Dream Strider to go after an ancient relic. Use your resources in the city to find information on what this thing is and where it is. It will make us ridiculously rich and powerful, I'm sure, if it's this important and this old, that it's a story that hasn't been told in millennia. Don't worry about that group. I know a guy. He's got a team out to get them. They won't stand a fucking chance.
Okay, and I think Clover is just like searches. He reads the first page, probably has a look through, and continues looking through the box, and is just completely disappointed. There's not a single thing that glistens, not a remotely shiny thing. Oh,
actually, there is one thing, and it's an extremely, extremely shiny, rainbow-colored head of a jackdaw. It's very colourful, it's very shiny, and it seems to be a trademark of Thulu.
Well, I'll take that as payment for this delivery.
I put it into my pouch.
There you go.
Well, they thought they could kill us.
So, it looks like you guys have a job to do.
Well, seems like they're ahead of us.
Look,
So, better be quick.
if you want information on this Guardian, there's only one person I know who'll have it, and that's my father. That information won't come cheap.
Why?
Why won't it come cheap?
Why do we need information on the creature?
You don't?
Well, it's good to be prepared, Sebastian. You usually
Right,
gather intel.
They're an entire day ahead of us.
We do need to catch up.
You've all clocked the fact that they don't know about the Scroll of Unbinding.
Maybe they
We do have an advantage.
Do we know where the Scroll of Unbinding is?
We have it.
Oh,
I have it.
that's awesome.
Right, but this scroll of unbridling or whatever it does, surely there's like another or something that does just the same thing but not as well. What is the point of the unbinding or unbridling or whatever the hell this thing is? What is its purpose?
Well, you can't get there. That's what. You know, I got this from my mentor. and
I
stuff,
don't
like
know
old libraries.
much about this. As I said, the only person who might know more would be my father. Well, the only person I know who'll definitely know more would be my father.
So they only knew that you can only get there through the scroll.
I realize we've been on the same screen.
But whatever awaits us there.
Yes, why are we in your bedroom,
right.
Solomon?
Right.
Get here.
Zeb, May did not get told that it gets you there. It unlocks the way into the building.
Yeah, that's what
Into
I
the
meant.
sanctuary that
yeah.
keeps it.
The entrance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. So
It opens the way.
So as far as I can see, we have two options here on next steps. We can either go out towards this, I presume, sanctuary. I'm not entirely sure. Wherever this map leads us, or we stop by Palace on the way out. Correct?
Those would be two options.
I
So what do you reckon it will cost?
I have a better thing.
Oh.
Go for
And
it.
for the first time in like maybe the last 20 minutes of us walking here or whatever, a slight smile creeps across Sebastian's face.
Seeing it, a smile creeps across Zolomar's face as well.
Oh, I don't think you'll be smiling. Zolomar,
Yes.
you wish to be in the best stead of your father, right?
Yeah. Sometimes, yeah.
What better stead than be a part of a story? These individuals, the O'Shales, the Oakleafs, the Jackdaw, they're all pests, all problems to this here city that you pride yourself on being in charge of. What better way than to truly win the approval of your city and your father than to be a part of the group that stop them?
You know you're playing me, and I know you're playing me,
Oh, I'm fully aware. But it
But I
sounds
mean-
good, right?
but it does sound good.
That's what I thought.
Look, I can't have a direct confrontation with them purely because I have stuff to sort out here regarding
I'm-
this information we found.
I'm fully aware, but imagine if you somehow managed to have it that we could get to a location first via, I don't know, maybe a magical hole in the floor that you could magically summon for us to appear at a place that we need to be.
Yeah, I was totally
It's
thinking the
almost
same.
like it's already happened once.
I was totally thinking the same thing. It's a really, really cool idea.
And then you can tell your father that you led us on the path.
I mean, I don't need that part. I just look.
Entwined our fates.
Julessian killed a guy here. Aurora's involved, and I don't know. The O'Shales are just fucking dicks, man. And so's Thulu.
Yeah, total.
I don't like him. I mean, there's not much arm twisting involved here. Sure, I'll help you.
Yeah, big sack of dicks they are.
Just all do me a favor when this is all done. Just please come back and help me tidy this mess up a little bit. I think there's a lot more. Yes, Grendel. Clean.
Do you know?
Oh, man.
Do you know what would be really helpful to help us help you?
What?
Is if when this is all over, we had a place that we could call our own. A place where we could lay our heads. A place that we could assemble whenever we needed it. And I've just heard of a recent establishment that went into the sales of some criminals, per se.
You want Dusk Desire?
Yes, give me fucking my home back. Yes, please.
A sure thing. Yeah.
Grendel,
Sure.
it's a great cleanup opportunity. And I'm sure, eventually we can maybe put it back on the market in a few years' time and make
Oh.
quite the profit.
Yes, I can clean it every day. My dream.
There we go.
So, I can get you there fast. However, would you like to see my dad first or not?
We
What's
have
it gonna-
fun.
Honestly,
Well-
what's it gonna cost us?
I genuinely don't know. It's
You
usually
know,
something personal.
Well, if we're able to cut down a day's worth of travel with your
You
aid,
can always
maybe
you can always hear him out.
maybe it's worth at least seeing what he wants from us.
Would be nice to know what we're facing.
I'm not sure about the favors aspect personally. I've had a few.
I've not got much left to give, really.
I can tell you this. Unlike other Fae, my father's secrets, my father's deals tend to hold less hidden aspects to them. They fucking suck. But he lays it on the table. You saw the deal that he did with Rosina. It'll
Just
probably
laying it
be
on
of
the
a
table.
it'll probably be of a similar caliber. But hey, Rosina found a loophole.
Guys, if anything, I have a ring that's very precious to me. My ring of cleaning. I am willing to put that on the table. If it means that I could be regarded as the best cleaner in the fucking world.
Let's go have a chat.
Yeah, but that's not the deal we'll be getting from his father. You understand that, right? We wouldn't be bargaining for...
Sebastian, don't entertain.
Entertain? I'm trying to dissuade.
Candelaria, if at any point, now that everything's kind of been settled, if you want to send that sending, you can do it at any time. You can do it now. You can do it.
I don't know if now's the time.
Cool. I'm just letting you know if the opportunity comes up.
Yeah. But I'm like, maybe when. I mean, if we can cut down on a day's travel, but maybe there will be some resting in between. I think that would be a more opportune moment.
There might be some resting in between.
Yeah.
People are probably will probably be getting a little bit tired.
I think that would
at some
be a
point.
more opportune moment. Right now, I'm like, everyone's so caught up in all this. It doesn't feel right to immediately, like, hey.
Yeah. No worries. I was just letting you know that it's on the table still and that it's something that we
Yeah.
Right. Again, we're into the. We can push on for a little bit longer, can't we?
Depends how much longer's longer, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, not any later than kind of our regular late time.
Not worse than last time. Yeah.
Not as bad as last time. Cool. For the sake of brevity, we will head. You guys make your way to Oberon's court. There are Fae kind of taking their seats at this table in the center. You look over and you see Oberon with his long flowing hair in an icy blue, his hands adorned with jewels and a crown sitting on his head. His eyes are a deep blue and silver as he looks over each of you. He looks at you specifically, Aurora. You bear the mark of my son. But no. There's more than that. And his eyes dart to Zolamar, who usually very, very good at keeping himself in check, is almost giving him that kind of like son to father, don't you fucking dare, shut your fucking mouth. He's just like, he smirks, looks over towards May. And you have recently fallen but have now returned. Interesting. What do you come to speak of me? What do you come to speak to me of? Zolamar opens the floor to you guys.
I speak, and I, for the first time in a long time, look over to Sebastian.
How many people look at Sebastian?
I know.
They look at Oberon.
Yeah, I just bow.
I'm focused on anything shiny in the room, which is everything.
Everything shiny in the room, especially this giant fucking ice bird above his throne. And he's just kind of laying there with his one hand. Well, he sees the girl that he takes a specific interest in, Aurora, look over towards this. Are you in kind of your
My elven usual
elven
form.
form? And he gestures out at you and goes, "You step forward."
It's just to me.
Yeah.
Oh no, please. Aurora does all the talking here.
Step forward.
Fine. Steps forward. Your lordship.
You are not like the others. You are of this city.
Yes.
What do you seek from a council with me? That my darling boy has so kindly arranged at such short notice.
Yes, your darling son has been most helpful to us peasants of Rhine and Ori. We
You are not
require-
mere peasants, but carry on.
We require, or at least wish to, understand what costs there would be for information on said tier of credentia, as well as the beast in which remains there. We know where it is. We know how to get there. We just need the other bits.
You seek information on the tier.
Sort
A
of.
gift. A gift left to me under my protection. Many, many, many millennia ago. Or was it a week? I lose track of time. Well, I say protection, but it's more like my oversight. But you're the ones who helped Rosina, correct?
I think Sebastian smirks at the name of Rosina and gives him like a knowing look.
Her mark is upon you. You're very smart. You especially. She's powerful. Fueled by emotions, but powerful.
A mother's love.
Yes. Love's a funny thing, isn't it, Zolimar? Since you enjoy the process of completing a similar agreement, I will offer another. One of you, any of you, I will fate you to have a firstborn. And after their first 10 winters, that firstborn will enter servitude into my court for a further 10 winters.
Doing
Anything that I need them to do.
And in exchange for this, sorry, Your Majesty, in exchange for this, you offer us information on the tier.
I will give you the origins of the Tier of Crescentia. I will give you the creator of the Tier of Crescentia. I will give you the guardian of the Tier of Crescentia. And I will give you the purpose of the Tier of Crescentia.
and all you require, just to understand fully, the firstborn of one of us.
One of you will enter
For
the
10
agreement with me.
For 10 whole winters. And when we say 10 whole winters, you just mentioned how time escaped you a little. Is this actual 10 winters, or is this 10 winters in your time?
He looks over to Zolimar. Zolimar steps forward and says, it will be the equivalent of 10 mortal years. It will be under my jurisdiction to oversee it.
Doesn't sound too bad.
And I inquire, would these be successive years? Or
Yes.
sporadic? Okay. And are they the initial 10?
Or is
No,
it at
you
any
ha-
stage?
Just
You
10,
have
then
10 years to nurture your child. And then I will take them.
May
And,
steps forward.
and after?
And after the 10 years, they will be open to return to you if they wish. Will they want to return to someone who gave them away so readily? It's an interesting question.
And
But you seemed to make it work for Rosina, didn't you?
what if one agreed but did not have a child?
You will have a child.
Oh, I've always wanted a family.
Well,
What if you just...
As I said, you will be fated as such.
I think May would step forward and turn to the group.
May, before you do anything rash, you've recently just told us how valuable family are. In the sense of, you haven't had much of one.
Well, but you are...
Don't go giving up family already, because then you would be going into a vicious cycle that you've already been a part of.
But you gave a lot for me.
Do
And
not be silly.
you are more family than mine ever has been.
But you can right the wrongs that have already cycled. You can prove that your family name can be a family. I think you, of all people, should definitely not do this.
At this stage, Clover will step forward.
Everybody, guys. My family has a long history of supporting and acting on behalf of Aortus where needed across many different ranks. I think duty is part of who I am as a person. As a Harengan of Aortus, I have plenty of family. If anyone should do this, if anyone would understand, it would be me and my family. If anybody should take this risk, it's another weight from my shoulders.
Hang on. Clover. I look over to Sebastian. I'm just trying to help. And then I take a glance over to Zolomar just to see how he looks.
Zolomar isn't making eye contact with you, and his whole... that you cannot read anything from him. He's managed to regain his composure completely.
While it wasn't me who set us out on this mission, it is due me signing contracts and making promises and trying to help, and it doesn't always work out that we are standing here. And I wouldn't want any of you to give up such a thing. I never saw myself bearing children because of my nature. And so, while I'm in this deep, I will go and dig the hole deeper. I can do it.
Why are we fighting over who's gonna give something up? Like, this is Sebastian's, like, you know, the offer was offered Sebastian. Let's let Sebastian say his piece. Maybe Sebastian knows.
I mean, no, the offer was offered to all of you. He gestured to her.
Well, Sebastian, what do you think? You're the one who has the longest history with these people that we're trying to you know, deal with.
I don't understand why you wish for a child. Why not take one of us?
It wouldn't have the same impact. Why do I have need for anyone? My court is full. I wish to see how important this is to you. To build a bond with your own flesh and blood, to have to deal with the weight of the decision that you gave them away. It will have a different meaning to each of you. I can see that. I'm wondering if this is worth it. Information lost to time.
We can say this to the group, not to Lord Oberon. We can also just go there. That is the alternative. I don't know if it's. I thought this was going to be a fun adventure, and we're just going to go get this thing and then bring it back, and we'll be raid back in, and they're going to tell a story, and that's it. But it's clearly not just that. They tried to kill us already. They failed, luckily. But now we're going into a Guardian invested whatever the fuck, and they might even know that we're coming for them because clearly they know the package was delivered, and maybe they know that we would look into it at this stage. So they might expect us there. God knows what what they have ready for us potentially, or when they arrive.
I personally think we need more information on what it is, what it can do, and what guards it.
One of the group. I'm not very smart. I might have done some very stupid things since I've been a part of you guys. But haven't we given enough to these fucking people already? May, you've signed so many contracts with these people. You delivered a fucking package for the people who are trying to do evil. Sebastian's already given up people, his family and shit. Haven't we given enough to these fucking people? How about this? And this is on my great axe. I will run into that fucking Guardian and I will smash his fucking teeth in once we see this bitch.
Centaur, stop speaking. I have not yet heard from the one in purple and the one of the gods.
It would be an honor too, right? Giving up. It wouldn't be giving up. They would be gone for 10 years, yes, but we could still be in contact, right? And we're Harangon. We have plenty of kids to go around anyway. It would be an honor. It would be the adventure that I never had as a little girl, that my firstborn would be going on to. I could spin tales, the same tales that Glaroon always told me. I could say that when you turn 10 years old, you're going on a grand adventure. And then it will take a while, but you will come back to me. And you'll be rich.
I find it interesting that you bring up a man who so willingly left his children behind. Well, his child behind. To do whatever he wanted.
I'll talk to him about that later.
Now, I'd like to hear that conversation. And you, of the gods, of the deities, what do you say?
For me, my lord, I have my life devout to Lady Soon, and it would not fit in my role to bear offspring. How lustful, and I talked about ladies. There's only one lady in my life at this point, and that is the beloved Lady Soon.
You put your honor before the task ahead of you. Very noble. Well, Zalamar, I do not have all day. I suggest that you ask your friends to make a decision now.
Look, I turn back to the group. On a serious note, out of all of us, who is actually entertaining the idea?
I am.
Yeah. Me too.
So am I.
One thing from my family growing up, the firstborn had all of the attention.
I didn't want that for my family anyways. For God's sakes, I've lived in the shadow of my brother my entire life. Here, based on my history, my family, my honor, it would be an honor for him or her to do this for the people of Aorta. Aortis. And so I think based purely on how little we know going into this fight, we should do this. So
okay, aside from just to kind of tie this section up, we've heard from Clover. There are 3 others, I believe, who are willing to, in the form of May, Candelaria, and potentially Aurora. We'll hear from each one of you. Then, as a group, we'll decide and wrap things up.
I already said everything there is to be said. A child in service of the Archfey himself, the being so close to everything. It would be a grand honor for a little Orangan from Starburst Hollow. And knowing that he or she will have a loving home to come back to. That should be enough, right? I mean,
two for honor, and
otherwise we would all die.
2 for honor, and May.
Well, it would be an opportunity to not run blind into this and protect my friends, but also I believe I can raise my child better than my family did and teach them about love, and those 10 years apart wouldn't break that bond.
And
I
finally,
appreciate your concern, Sebastian.
And finally, Aurora.
I feel like a lot of this weight is on my shoulders, and for getting you all into this, I'm willing to pay the price, because I would hate to see any of you fall to whatever is ahead of us, because I couldn't step up to it, or I caused us to be in this position in the first place, and so I would do it. But I will say, if Clover or Candelaria, or even you, May, if this is a deal you would have taken upon anyway, without getting the information, because to you it's an honor, then I don't want to steal that away from you. So I think you need to ask yourself, would you still do this if this was just plainly offered to you? Is it still an honor?
Okay.
I'd just like to say one last thing to round that up, but I had vowed never to have a child, and never to bring a child into such a world full of pain and hatred and hurt. Because it's been shit. But if there was a way for a child to have a step up in life, to do something important and to be looked after for their adolescence life, that would be the only guarantee that I would be happy with for a child to be born into this world.
Is there a guarantee that, I presume there's a guarantee that there will be a return of the child after 10 years? Or is that not guaranteed? On their will?
Yeah. If they're alive. They should probably be alive, but, you know, there's a guarantee.
Because they would be in servitude for 10 years, so they have to get at least 10 years out of them.
Yeah. Like, something can go wrong, but that could go wrong, like...
In Iortis as well.
Yeah, it could go wrong anywhere. But, yeah, yes, the agreement is, as it's laid bare on the table, that it would be 10 years in service to Lord Oberon. Lord Oberon could task them with anything. But he will, he won't purposely go out to kill them or make them do things that are ridiculously dangerously unsafe or that really are even outside of their capabilities. It will be in service to him. He has not made clear any location of where that service may be, but he has also stated that at the end of the 10 years they will, if they are willing, they will be, well, regardless of whether they're willing or not, they will be free to go wherever they want to.
Unless there's anybody holding me back, I'm doing this.
The only thing I would say for you, Clover, is you said yourself that you've always lived in the shadow of your brother. If your firstborn child was then to become this special individual to be in servitude of this gentleman and the powers to be, the Archphase, would all of your children that come after it not all feel themselves as the second? The exact thing you wish against. I think Candelaria's probably making the most sense. Her whole life has led up to the moment of her becoming a true, powerful individual that has learnt and used the abilities that she has. And it's only now that she's really become that on her own. But her child would have that option. Not that I'm saying you should, but as an outside's perspective, for the reasons why you're doing this, I feel like yours makes the most sense.
Well,
It would have been the life that I always dreamed of having. But then for my child, what greater thing could there be than that?
And Clover steps back.
May will also step back and just say, Sebastian, are you considering this? Because it sounds to me like for you this would be the greatest.
It would be the only
change.
opportunity I would ever have. But
So is
I
it-
still would not want a child to be brought into this world with the horrors that I've seen.
Well, we would be here to support you if you like. I would.
Decision now. Each of you, who are you sending forward? You can either abstain or pick a member of your group.
Sebastian will wait to see if anyone else steps forward, but if no one does, he will.
I'll step forward.
Then there is.
May will stand behind Sebastian.
Then there is no decision to make. Step forward. And he gestures to Candelaria.
Step forward.
An agreement kind of comes out of the ethereal into the physical. Sign here. You can see the statement as we agreed it. There are no hidden clauses, no hidden contracts.
I'm gonna read this very well because I don't want anything that.
There is nothing hidden. It's exactly as I explained it. You don't know where the only bit that's kind of left to uncertainty is you don't know where the servitude may take place. You mentioned before that you'd be able to see them throughout. You might not get that opportunity if he sends them as like an envoy to somewhere far away. But kind of as it's written, they will be well taken care of. There will not be any purposeful kind of putting in danger or anything like that. It'll be for the 10 years, and then they will have the option of what they do with their life after that.
Yep. And I'll sign it.
You sign. The deal is done. And now for the reveal of the Tear of Crescentia, which will happen next session. Next session, I'll take some proper time to reveal to you guys the Guardian. I have got it here, but I wanted to give it the emphasis it deserves. And then we've got 1 or 2 combats to do next session, and then we wrap everything up. That'll be fun. So, thank you guys for hanging out with us tonight. There was a lot of roleplay to get through that. And there was a lot of story to get through, so I really appreciate you guys sticking through it. But I really hope that it gave everyone an opportunity to see deeper aspects of the characters that you've been enjoying through this campaign so far. So let's start up with. Oh, and one thing I'll say, I really wanted to push the group to the Court of Oberon scene because I wanted them to. I wanted each of their characters to reflect on that deal, and I wanted to see as a DM, what do the players really think their characters would feel about such a deal? And it was really cool to see so many people having that kind of inputting how their characters would reflect on it. I mean, basically, everyone basically did. And it's nice to see definitely some growth within some of the characters from when we first wrote them up. But yes, next week I'll tell you all about the tier I present to you. It's very, very cool. But in the meantime, Agent Zeb, if you could let everyone know what you're up to these days. Are you muted?
Now, sorry. Yeah, I'm Agent Zeb. I still believe I'm a streamer, so yeah, you find me over on Twitch, Agent Zeb, playing RPG games and strategy games and all kinds of indie games sometimes. Just fun little times with games that I like and hopefully you will like. So if you want just as much blabber as I just did, come on over and enjoy.
Thank you very much, Zeb. And next up, Lan, what will you be up to these days? Not where people can find you, but what will you be up to?
Well, I'm taking care of the little rascal in the other screen and his twin brother. That's what I'm basically up to nowadays. And yeah, thinking up, as this campaign is coming to a close, thinking up of maybe, a new character for a next one. Who knows? Who knows? Ooh.
Raises the very important point that we are actually getting close to the time when we're going to start publishing these, which will be fun. Next up, we have the Onion Soup. What are you up to these days?
First of all, I didn't know Tim had a twin brother, but anyway, yes. Yeah, you can find me here or on Discord. I play games.
Cool. Thank you very much, Onion. Paddy Max, what are you up to these days?
Hi guys, I play Clover here over on Natural Havoc. I also stream over on Twitch currently. It might be Kick in the future. We're waiting to see how that all irons out. So you can find me there. You can also find me on YouTube. I do have some videos up there. I'm not posting very much, but at all. But you can find YouTube videos up there with a couple of the other faces you see on the screen here. So yeah, go check me out. Otherwise, I'm here every week.
Thank you very much, Paddy. And Smithy Jane, what are you up to these days?
Not a lot, but you can find me here every Friday, or I say Friday, I don't even know what day it is that we upload these, but whatever day it is, that's when you find me on YouTube, playing Aurora. And yeah, we're getting to the end. I think it's one more session, so...
One more session. I think we've timed it well. I think we
almost
can get this done in one
done.
session. Eagle, what are you up to these days?
Here, playing games and Natural Havoc and moving. That is it.
Big move. Tim, what are you up to these days?
Well, I'm taking care of my twin brother. No, this is not my twin brother. This rascal and his twin brother.
His Tim brother.
Tim brother, yeah, something like that. Yeah, and obviously playing D&D with you guys as Finton the Cleric. Well, I've shown some personal growth, I believe.
I think everyone's shown some personal growth. It's been nice. And hi, and thank you very much, Tim. And hi, everyone. I'm Rez. What am I up to these days? I've literally today started writing my thesis for my PhD, so that'll be finishing in hopefully the next couple of months. And aside from that, I play, and we might redact this later, I play Feywild. So all of the time, literally every day. Probably going to play it after this. Anyway, aside from that, I'm here making this world, finishing off this story. Everything's done. Everything's in place. The big, scary thing that everyone... Well, the scary is one way of putting it. I'm really excited to tell everyone. But for now, we'll bid you adieu. Thank you very much for watching. Have a wonderful evening. Have a wonderful week. And we'll see you next time for the finale of a Feywild Fable. Feywild Fable. I did say it right. Cool. Bye!
Peace.